What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Endgame. We're live with you ahead of Week 13, although it feels like we're in the middle of Week 13 because we've already had 4 games, and those are under wraps. Hopefully, first of all, everybody had a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy your Turkey Day and football, of course, the family, the food, and then hopefully you survived Black Friday. Hopefully you were wise enough to not go out and battle the crowds and get in the scrum at the bottom of a fumble pile, a football game. Just don't understand it. It's not worth risking your life for a TV. But look, if you survived yesterday and you're just back here ready for some more football, let's get to it, because despite the fact that there have been 4 games already, we have a full slate because nobody's off this week. A lot of football still going down tomorrow. And so let's figure out what's going on here. So first and foremost, Chris, everyone's dying to know, what was the name of that pie? Because you left it hanging.
All right, so it's this very rare berry, Mahuna berry. It's only found native to the islands of Hawaii, and it's not well known because the locals there do not want other people knowing about it. So very rare, but very, very delicious.
Wow. And I heard they have to go, you have to have a private team of professionals. They have to go snorkeling underneath the water, like on a certain island to
actually they have to go. They have to deep dive into the volcano with special suits that keep them from burning. No, it was just boysenberry. I don't know why I thought it was some crazy berry. I don't know what I thought. But my mom's like, no, it's just boysenberry. Oh, okay. It's just boysenberry. Sorry to disappoint everybody. Just boysenberry.
Boysenberry, still, I'm sure must be delicious if it made an impact. But yeah, you probably built it up to be something. It's like, no, it can't just be that. But
exactly.
Yeah. All right. So boysenberry, always good. I had a little bit of cheesecake. There are no rules, remember. You can eat whatever you want on Thanksgiving. So I had a cheesecake. It was like creme brulee cheesecake, combined. Pretty good.
Wow.
I know. Definitely ate a lot. Trying to keep a limit now after Thursday to get back into it, right? So got to stay in game shape. Got to be in game shape for Sunday.
That's right.
All right. So whatever you did, hopefully you all had a good time on Thursday and Friday. But let's get back to the business of dominating fantasy football. And you can't do that if you have injured players in your lineup. That's been proven. Something that over years of experience, yet to find a way where having an injured player helps you in your lineup. So don't play these guys. And look, let's start. We got some news. You wondered if Omarion Hampton, he's coming back week 13. He's not coming back week 13. He's already been ruled out. He practiced, but doesn't mean he's playing. We always say this is why I talked about Kamani Vidal on the waiver wire last week. Oh yeah, we can drop Vidal. And no. You don't drop a guy like that because this is exactly what I thought might happen. So Vidal's getting all the touches. Hampton's not playing. And Trey Benson, yeah, he's still not playing either. And everyone who's been watching, so he doesn't even look right. Just doesn't look like he's even close to coming back. So what's the deal with these backfields now? I mean, I assume it's just all Vidal for the Chargers. And then what now for the Cardinals? Because Bam is still banged up. DeMarcado is still out. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, I think for the Chargers, it's pretty clear what's going to happen this week. It's going to be all Vidal. I think I picked him up in a handful of leagues where he was dropped because, again, people just assume Hampton's coming back and he got dropped. And I just picked him up and said, well, let's see if Hampton comes back. And now I'm feeling great because I got Kimani Vidal this week. And it's a pretty good matchup for him this week as well, right? Chargers,
the Raiders, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Raiders. So you got to feel good about Vidal getting all the touches there. I feel good about Bam Knight too. He was another guy I picked up. I put a lot of waiver claims in for Bam Knight because, again, I think a lot of people just assume okay, well, Benson didn't come back 2 weeks ago, didn't come back last week. He's got to come back this week, and as we've seen, again, no Trey Benson here, but also no Amari DeMarcado. Now, I know it's the Bucs. It's not as good a matchup as Vidal has, and I certainly would prefer to start Vidal over Bam Knight, but Bam Knight's been catching passes. I mean, they're down to just him and Michael Carter now, so I feel good about both these guys. Trey Benson, I I'm starting to have the feeling we're not going to see Trey Benson this year because it sounded like he might have had a setback this week, honestly. And I think they have to act like his 21-day window is coming up. In fact, it might even be Monday, if I'm not mistaken, that they have to activate him. So I'm feeling like we might not see Benson. Like this might be one of those where it's like, so he must be activated by December 10th. So I guess next week is his last chance to come back. But I'm starting to feel like maybe it's just not going to happen for Benson this year.
Yeah, it's possible. You just assume, right? He's got to come back. He doesn't. Like if there was a setback, then that changes everything that you assumed and thought. So, and with Hampton again, it wasn't that there was a setback, and I believe they just don't feel like he was ready. Right. He just started practicing again, but they said it was like a fracture, right? He suffered a fractured ankle way back in whatever it was, week 4 or something. So it's understandable. But yeah, guys, we cannot assume anything. So those guys are not coming back. Well, Marvin Harrison Jr. is probably coming back. He's still questionable, but it sounds like he's going to play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I would lean towards him playing here. He practiced. Jonathan Gannon was kind of like making jokes about, I think, like his rustiness or something when he comes back. I don't know. It sounds like Marvin Harrison Jr. probably playing this week.
All right. These guys also are not playing, and this was fairly early in the week. We heard Drake London not coming back yet. Alvin Kamara, no surprise. I knew that it might be a multi-week absence. They're not placing him on IR, but it doesn't sound like this is a short-term thing either. So don't be surprised if Alvin Kamara doesn't come back real soon. But no London, no Kamara, still no Jaden Daniels. He is not ready. But, well, let's swing to the good side here. Terry McLaurin is coming back. He's finally back. But Jaden Daniels is not there. So what's the feel? What are the vibes on Terry this week?
Well, you can't feel good in Denver. And like I said, or maybe they're in Washington, but they're playing Denver. And like I said on the start sit video and how I've kind of been feeling all week, Pat Surtain is back this week. So likely to get the Surtain shadow with Marcus Mariota. Like I can't drop Terry too low here. I do just have him as a flex though this week, but there are certainly players that's like, okay, I think we're getting a little too low here. We probably have to go with Terry, but at the same time, you can't feel good.
Yeah, he's definitely one. It's not a no-brainer to start or sit either way. It's going to depend on your options here. But at least that's good for them. He's back in. A lot of quarterbacks to talk about. I mean, let's just start with the out. Last guy we know is out. It's J.J. McCarthy. I mean, we all saw that vicious hit he took, the very obvious injury from last week. There's no way he can play. So he is out, and that means Max, just going to go with Brosmer, is in. Look, I will say the same thing as far as Justin Jefferson goes. It's not like there's absolutely no world in which you can start him. We've seen him catch plenty of passes from randos before, but you cannot feel great either, can you?
Nope, you cannot feel great here. Of course, I've got him. I still have him as a strong flex, but the fact that Justin Jefferson is just a flex, sad times right now.
Yeah, the thing with Brosmer, look, maybe he does fine. Who knows? He's one of those guys who's not just was not drafted. He's there. You know how like at the end of like the free agent period, or like where they're looking for some backup quarterback, like they just take the local kid, like just to give him, like, throw him a bone because he went to Minnesota. Like, that's what he is. He's the local kid who they're like, let's put him on the roster. That's who started. Just FYI. All right. So J.J. McCarthy's out. Now, we have some quarterbacks who are in. Aaron Rodgers is back. Yay. C.J. Stroud, he now is officially clear. He is going to be back. Jackson Dart also. A little melancholy there. Come on. Just when Jameis starts cooking, we're going to put him on the bench. Come on. But Jackson Dart is back. And then Daniel Jones. Well, I mean, he's he's playing somehow, even though he's got like a fractured fibula and like a fractured eye socket and like only 2 limbs left, but he's still playing. should we be very concerned here about him, not just this week against the Texans, but rest of the season?
Well, you have to be very, very. I mean, first of all, it's the Texans. If that doesn't concern you, I don't know what to tell you. But then there was video. So like Ian Rappaport, it was like funny because like at the same exact time on like Thursday morning, Ian Rappaport dropped the thing like, yeah, Daniel Jones, is fine, but he took all first team reps in practice and looked totally fine. And then you have Colts beat writers who were actually at practice with videos of Daniel Jones saying, like, first of all, he did not take all first team reps, and second of all, you look at him dropping back. When I watch Daniel Jones dropping back, I'm like, that's probably how I would look dropping back, and not because I have a fractured fibula, just because I'm old and out of shape. Like, that is not how an NFL QB should look dropping back. Like, he looks like he's like, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, right? Like, I mean, even if it's like, okay, I get it, he can probably take a lot of shotgun and he can still throw the ball. You're not going to get the rushing from him this week, and now you're going against the Texans defense. Like, look, if we learn anything, Jordan Love just doubled his touchdown output in one game that he had over the last 4 games combined. He went from 2 touchdowns over 4 games to 4 in one game, because I don't know why. I have no idea, because it's football. Maybe Daniel Jones can somehow randomly throw for 3 touchdowns against the Texans, but I don't think I'm taking that chance.
Well, yeah, and that was not against the Texans defense. That was just, it was random. I mean, kind of random, but you figure that might be a high-scoring game, right? The Packers game. This just does not seem like it's going to be a high-scoring game. But yeah, you cannot feel good about Daniel Jones, but he is playing for what it's worth. That's the big point here. He's back. Baker Mayfield is basically playing. Like, I think he's officially questionable but probable, and Todd Bowles was like, yes, he's playing. And then Bucky is playing, finally, the return of Bucky Irving. Now, with that said, those 2 Bucks, you got to be a little bit worried still, don't you, about not only how healthy they are, but I don't know. Again, maybe this is unofficial. I don't know who it was, Schefter or somebody was like, it might be a hot hand approach. That doesn't sound.
Well, that's what Todd Bowles said. Todd Bowles said we're going to give them all run, and then it will probably be a hot hand approach. So you can't feel good right now. I mean, you can't feel good. Like, the reports we heard about Bucky is like maybe 30% of the snaps. Obviously, that can change, right? If the game's going and Bucky's playing well, he's probably going to get more than 30% of the snaps. But very risky here for sure for Bucky. Very risky as well for Baker this week. Not that it's a tough matchup or anything necessarily, but this passing game is trending the wrong direction. What happens if he lands on that shoulder? Like, what if he gets sacked and lands on that shoulder? Is he out again? Very, very risky here.
Yeah, well, I think if I remember, that's kind of the concern they've had with Bucky, right? Because it's an arm injury, and like, what if he takes a hit? There's definitely risk here. You don't want to play scared, right? You don't want to assume a guy gets injured, but you have to recognize it's possible. So when it's just the difference between, this guy, that guy, if you feel comparable in terms of their matchups and their production, I think that has to be a tiebreaker, right? The guy with the injury risk, you just drop him a little lower.
Definitely.
And then a couple more here. Chris Olave popped up on the injury report. He's questionable. What's your feeling on him?
Well, my feeling is he's going to play. It's a good spot for him this week again, but they're saying back spasms. And again, the scary thing about back spasms is, like, what if it starts spasming during the game? You can't really play through back spasms. Like, those are debilitating. So, yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate because this was another, pretty good spot for Chris Olave this week. I really liked Chris Olave. I had him very high in my rankings. I mean, I don't want to drop him too low here just because of this, because it's like, what if he gets through the whole game fine and has a big game, which I think is certainly possible. But I think, again, maybe if you're in one of those tiebreaker situations where you have 2, it's Chris Olave and another strong choice, maybe you just go with the other strong choice.
There you go. And this one, we'll probably have to wait until close to game time to see if he's cleared, if this is an issue or non-issue. And then let's see, Darren Waller might come back, but he's still listed as questionable. We'll keep an eye on here. I mean, he's got to be a decent option. He's rolling, they still need him. Tyreek Hill can come back anytime soon, and it's the Saints. So this might be a good spot for Waller, but we're going to have to keep an eye out there. Dalton Kincaid is still questionable, which, in my mind just means stay away. Josh Palmer is questionable, Stu, as well. And then for the Titans, if you still care, Alec Iomanner and Chiga Okonkwo are questionable. And then this one just happened about an hour ago. Tyler Warren was added to the list because of an illness. I mean, illness usually isn't a deal breaker. It's still worth monitoring, right?
Yes.
Until tomorrow. And last but not least, welcome back to BTJ. Brian Thomas Jr. is officially in. This is not a bad spot for the Jags. He's probably going to be someone involved. I think we both had him as kind of like a decent flex option. It's Titans, right? I mean, you could start BTJ. Finally, we can say that, right? You could start BTJ and not feel horrible about yourself.
Yeah, totally agree here. I think BTJ is a fine start. You can't feel great, but I think he's fine.
Yeah. Really the only thing, look, I know if you have BTJ, you want to get something from him at some point this year. So it's good. Just annoying if you did pick up, Parker Washington, Jacoby Myers, those guys. It probably gives them a slight hit, but I think they're all at least flex options. It's the Titans. All right, if anything changes right now while we're on, we'll let you know. Of course, we'll be back tomorrow morning to let you know the latest. We still have a lot of questionables here. Things always change, as you know. But it is time to get to your questions. That's the main reason we're here. Also, we don't just help you with your fantasy lineups. We're going to help you make some smart picks on Underdog. Here's a smart one. It's Bo Nix just getting 1 yard? Yeah, let's go for that one. Because it's free. This is a gimme pick. You get this. If you're signing up for the first time on Underdog as a new customer, you will get Bo Nix just getting higher than 0.0 yards. New customers also get a deposit match up to $1,000 worth of bonus cash in your account, but you have to use code ENDGAME when you sign up. You get the bonus cash, you get the free pick, and then you get more bonus cash because they're still giving you $100 of bonus funds as soon as you play $5 towards any pick. Use your gimme, use all the promos they're still giving out. Feast week, I guess, is over. But it doesn't matter because they still every single day are putting something. I get a notification constantly. They're giving me profit boosts and free picks. There's always something. So if you're on Underdog already, you know this. If you're not, try it and find out. Use code ENDGAME to sign up as a new customer on Underdog. All right. And then I also need to share our app. It is DraftLane. So you can use code ENDGAME as well on there in the settings wheel still. Or I guess we could just say an unlimited time because we had this all season long. Use code ENDGAME and you get 10 free points. And you can ask your questions on the app any time of the day, just like you would on here. And we'll show off what it looks like for anyone who maybe hasn't seen DraftLane yet. So if you're on Yahoo or Sleeper, you can see it indicates there. You ask a start sit question, and we can see your roster. And also, of course, if you're in a DraftLane league, needless to say. So this user just needs help. All right, so let's check the lineup. By the way, we don't talk about weather per se on the injury report, but it's not looking good in Cleveland, San Francisco, Cleveland. The pictures already today are coming out. So does that push you off a guy like Juwan Jennings? I mean, we got, oh man, would have been nice to have a nun guy in there.
Yeah, it would have been nice to have a nun guy in there.
But
I mean, I've definitely lowered Juwan Jennings. I have Juwan Jennings like very low end of the strong flexes because he still gets targets. He still has touchdown upside. I can't like drop him too low. Yeah, right now the weather for Cleveland, they're saying decent chance for some rain plus some potent winds. Right now, models are showing sustained winds around 20, gusts pushing around 35. Those numbers may go up or down a hair. Yeah, you can't feel good about San Francisco on the road here. But, I mean, who else did he like? I don't think I had Jaden Higgins over him. No.
Yeah, that's the question here. Is anybody higher? I mean, I love Juwan Jennings this week, but it's really obviously we can't do Monunga. I don't think Tootin. No, it's either Higgins or Aaron Jones, right? For touches, like for touch volume.
Well, I might have Aaron. Yeah, I have Aaron Jones ahead of Jennings. I mean, at least Aaron Jones is going to get the touches.
Right. No risk.
Yeah, I mean, there's always, there's some risk, but at least like different. I mean, it is a tough matchup, but they do give up a lot in the receiving game. Maybe Max Brosmer or Brosmer, however you pronounce it, will dump it off to him like 7 times.
Yeah, I was gonna say the risk there isn't the weather. The risk is that the Vikings score like 0 points. They can't move the ball. Right. Like you would think they would try to get the ball to Aaron Jones more, right? Not have Brosmer just sling it, but I think I would just take the volume, the floor with Jones. And then the only other thing, like, okay, Juwan Johnson, Brenton Strange. I don't know, BTJ back. I think I'd just keep Juwan Johnson in there.
Yeah, I got Juwan Johnson higher, definitely.
All right.
Especially if Olave's out or limited, I'm just going to prop Johnson up even more, Juwan up even more.
That's true. I mean, we already know Kamara's out, but yeah, that's true. If Olave's out. All right. Only changes Jones at the flex. Jennings not in a great spot anyway, and weather should be terrible. All right. Well, that's how it works. You know what? Let's do one more. Ask a question. These are usually quick. Now, if you're not in Yahoo or Sleeper, let's say you use ESPN NFL or some other fantasy app, you can use the Ask a Question feature, just the same as the Super Chat here. So look, this one needs 1-1-1. Dowdle, Michael Wilson, Ladd, BTJ, Vidal, Gainwell.
Ooh, I have Vidal the highest at running back.
Yeah, now that Hampton's out, I agree. Receiver. Ooh, well, Wilson, Harrison's coming back, but Wilson's still going to get targeted. Ladd is never a bad choice. BTJ, I don't think he's quite there with those two.
No, I still have Wilson the highest out of this group.
And then flex. This is PPR.
I actually have Gainwell the highest, but I mean, I only have him a little bit above Ladd and Rico. I mean, Ladd's probably okay in PPR.
Yeah, I mean, look, Gainwell it's a decent choice here.
I mean, they get that Bills run defense, catches passes.
Yeah, well, you could put him over Ladd. I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. All right, we'll save those for later. But that is DraftLane. That's a way to get access to us anytime, 24/7 on the app. But right now, you have us right here, our undivided attention. If you're in the chat here, what's up, Bob? First up, thought I had 0 chance this week until AJ Big went off. Why would you think that? Still an underdog. Okay, well, let's see. Who to flex, Dowdle, K9, or Buka? Good job sitting Odunze.
Yeah, good job sitting Odunze. Man, Odunze, that's what has happened here. What has happened?
Yeah, well, they don't need to pass the ball much.
Yeah, I guess when you're running it for 300 yards, it's like, why throw? I actually have Dowdle still the highest here, slightly ahead of K9.
Yeah, with Dowdle, I know, like in this last one that we just did on DraftLane, we didn't pick Dowdle, but obviously he's not unstartable. Just not great matchup, but I got to have him over K9. All right. Let's get to Scott, who's next up. Thank you, Scott. This question, by the way, was from last night, almost 12 hours ago. Hopefully you're on here watching. 1 quarterback. Okay, he's got Josh Allen. 2 running backs, Chase Brown and Woody Marks.
I think so.
3 receivers. This is like code breakers. George Pickens, Nico Collins,
Devonta Smith.
Yes. Devonta Smith. And then George Kittle. And then what? Michael Pittman?
Pittman looks like.
Bench, Neil Vidal. Well.
Yeah, I would swap Pittman for Vidal with Hampton out. Definitely. I still got to go Kittle over Gadsden. Even against the Browns, even in bad weather, I just can't bench Kittle.
Yeah, and I'm not super interested in Neil, even with Kamara out. Cannot feel great about him. All right. And then T is back. What's up, T? And thank you for the reminder. Always forget. Guys, just do it now. If you haven't subscribed yet, get it out of the way. Click that subscribe button. Help us get to our goal before the year's up. Christmas present would be nice. 100K subscribers.
Yeah.
And it costs nothing. It's free. All right. So full PPR with 2 flex, needs a running back, a receiver, and a flex. K-Dub.
Aaron Jones.
Michael
Pittman, T-Mac, Waddle. Well, I definitely go Waddle over Scary Terry. You got Brissett. You already played Swift. Nice. JSN. You already played Rice. Nice. You're feeling pretty good right now with Swift and Rice.
Yeah. So I guess we need to pick a running back between Walker or Jones.
I have Walker ahead of Jones this week, and I have Waddle at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm. Flex.
Ooh, flex. Do I flex Aaron Jones, T-Mac?
I cannot feel good about T-Mac this week. Can't feel great about Terry. I mean, Aaron Jones more for floor. Pittman, man, definitely can't feel good about Pittman. I think he's last.
No, I actually have, let's see, where do I have Pittman? I have Aaron Jones over T-Mac and Terry. I have Aaron Jones the highest here. I know it. Again, talk about it. Seattle, one thing, they're very tough against running backs, but they give up a lot of receptions and receiving yards to running backs. I think Aaron Jones could do okay in the receiving game here. I'm going to go Aaron Jones at the flex.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. You know, it's, again, ideally you want a guy with a super high ceiling, but if you don't have one, which maybe you don't, then just take the guy with the floor and Aaron Jones here. And then let's get to Money Mitch. What's up, Mitch? Igbuka, Dowdle, or Walker in the flex?
I have Dowdle the highest.
Yeah. Aaron Jones or Igbuka?
I have Aaron Jones slightly over Igbuka. This is certainly floor versus ceiling debate, right? It's like, do you want to just take the floor you're going to get from Aaron Jones, or do you want to chase a potential big game from Igbuka? But also, Igbuka does not have much of a floor these days.
No, we've seen it. And yeah, Baker's playing, so that's, I guess, better. But how healthy is he? I still don't feel great.
Yeah, I think he might. I mean, I don't think he's any less healthy than Daniel Jones, and at least he gets the Cardinals at home versus the Texans. Like, whew.
This is true. Okay, can we trust Lamar? Apparently not.
No, I said it on. If you watch, I did like a mini panic video this morning because we had 4 games, and I felt like we had some pretty big names to talk about that we had to be panicking about, and not just. You know, I try not to just talk about the guys who had down games this week because it's like, you know, like. I don't know if Jamar Chase only had 3 catches this week. Is anybody panicking about Jamar Chase? I really hope not, right? But this is now 3 straight. Lamar Jackson over the last 3 games has 18 total fantasy points. That's like, there's like 15 QBs that get you 18 fantasy points on a given week. He's done that in 3 straight games. I said on there, I don't even know honestly, I haven't even looked. Doesn't even matter who the Ravens play next week. They played the Bengals. Like, yeah, I don't think you can start Lamar Jackson. I mean, unless you're like, obviously, if it's like Lamar Jackson or Bryce Young, I'm still going to take a chance on Lamar. But like, if you have a decent backup option, I think you've got to bench Lamar, at least until we see him like, okay, he looks like Lamar again, which I still believe we're going to see that. This guy's too good. But also, I wanted to stress on there, don't drop Lamar Jackson. Because I know people like, screw this guy. Don't drop him. Just bench him and go pick up a different quarterback. Play that other quarterback next week. And look, if Lamar goes off next week, okay, we can feel good again.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, you're like, well, if I'm not starting him, why do I keep him? Because you never know when that week happens where all of a sudden he looks right. Right? He just looks himself. Yep. I mean, the problem here, of course, is not the passing volume. That's never the issue, Lamar. 27 rushing yards against the Bengals. Like you said, it was the Bengals. Yeah. He's just not running enough, and when he runs, he's not running effectively. So, yeah. Can we trust him? No, you can't trust him, but that doesn't mean that he's like toast for the season, you know, in between.
Right.
DJ or Baker?
I mean, yeah, Baker. I'm going Baker. He's got way better matchup. I cannot play DJ. I couldn't even play a healthy Daniel Jones against the Texans, let alone this guy who's on one leg right now. No way.
Yeah. And thoughts on Naylor with Brosmer playing? Dude, we can't even feel good about Justin Jefferson. I did not think Jalen Naylor would enter the conversation at all this week, even in DFS. Like, no.
Well, I think sometimes we do see that, like, backup QB, backup wide receiver. Not that Naylor's a backup, but he's like the number 3 here. But this feels way too risky.
Yeah, it's like I think I was watching. Well, it was Red Zone. They flip back and forth, but it was the Falcons game, and Kirk Cousins completed a pass like David Sills, and I was like, oh, he was telling us how he feels comfortable with him because they ran scout team together. It's like, this does not make me want to start David Sills because he trusts him from the scout team. Like, no, just no. It's like I get it, but no. All right, let's go to Poom. Crichton Tong needs a quarterback from the wire. Here we go. Tua, Rodgers, Taylor, Smith, Young, Ward, or possibly Sanders.
Oh, boy.
Or I'm just going to throw out there because I'm sure that he's on the waiver wire, Max Prosper.
Yeah, I don't think I can roll with Max Prosper. It's very close for me. I have Tyrod and Shador neck and neck here. Where do I have Aaron Rodgers?
Just conveniently ignoring Tua. Come on.
Dude, I can't do it. I can't do it with Tua. I can't. Maybe he'll be good. But, man, the last time we saw him, remember he was playing the Commanders. It's like, go ahead, fire. And he had like 130 yards or something. It's like.
You know what it is? He's playing a bad defense, so he's going to be bad. Like, that's he only does well against, like, the Buffalo and New England and the teams that are supposed to suck. Like, he's going to do well. And then when it's the worst team possible, he will fly.
He's like Jordan Love. I saw the stat after the game. I wish I knew this before the game. Jordan Love this year has like 20 touchdowns and 1 interception in dome games. He's only good seriously, he's only good. So it's like, okay, I got Jordan Love figured out now. Is it a dome? You start Jordan Love. If it's outside, you don't. He's unstartable. It's very close for me between Taylor and Shador. I might just play Shador for the fun of it. Come on.
I think that's a good reason. I mean, look, do you feel great about any of these options? No. So,
No.
I know I don't want to start Aaron Rodgers. Bryce Young, no way. I mean, look, it's either Tua because he's supposed to be the best matchup here. I mean, Taylor's probably the safest, right? Taylor's probably the safest.
Yeah.
If you don't care and you just want to shoot for the moon, go for Sanders. The moon would have to get much lower than it is. Who should I pick up in flex? Harvey or Gainwell? Oh, okay. One flex, Harvey or Gainwell. That was.
Yeah, I like Gainwell this week, but I don't think you can bench Harvey against the Commanders. Should get all the touches there.
Yeah, Harvey it is. All right, DS Shepard. Pick one, Kyron, RJ Harvey, Michael Wilson in half.
I still have Kyron the highest here out of this bunch.
Yeah, this is not because Marv is back, just because I think it's half. It gives the edge to the running backs anyways. Kyron in a better matchup. Let's go Kyron. And we got Spencer Hollett in half. Needs 3 receivers and 2 flexes. You got guys like Wandale, Terry, Justin Jefferson, Cortland Sutton, Bam, and C-Rod.
I'm going to go Sutton.
Well, we're only benching one of these, it looks like.
Oh, 3 wide receivers and 2 flex. We're only benching one?
Yeah, so just bench one. Probably be easier.
I have Chris Rodriguez the lowest here. I'm benching C-Rod.
Well, this is easy. Bam, if he's out because he's questionable, if he's limited, it's Bam. And if not, then it's C-Rod.
Yeah.
All right, back to Money Mitch. I think, what's this, Brissett and Stafford? I guess we just choose one.
Yeah, between these two, I'm playing Stafford this week.
Yeah, against Carolina for sure. Seattle or Chargers?
I mean, why Seattle at home against Max Prosper? I'm going to find out. I'm going to find out if this guy's got anything inside. Like, give me that defense against Max Prosper at home. I'll take my chances there.
Yeah, both really good options, but let's find out with Seattle. Here's Cody. Bucky over Genty or Judkins?
No, over neither.
QJ over Genty? Look, actually, think about this. We didn't even mention Genty's. He's not even on the injury report anymore. He's just good to go.
I guess so.
Must be.
Guess that ankle is no issues. So that's good.
Then I'm going Genty. Yeah. Derek Gonzalez, Michael Wilson, Lad Jennings, QJ Rico, Genty needs a running back, a receiver, and a flex in full.
All right. Michael Wilson's my wide receiver. Pretty sure I've Genty the highest. Yeah, Genty's my running back. Lad, this is full. Rico, I have Rico Lad very close here. I don't know. Again, like Rico gives you that nice safe floor. You know you're going to probably get, in PPR, you're going to get double-digit points from Rico. And if he scores, it'll be a good game. I don't know if he has that monster game in him. Lad for the upside, so pick your poison here. Michael Wilson, Genty, and then either Lad or Rico, depending on, you want to shoot for. Maybe you went up against like Rashee Rice, A.J. Brown, Patrick Mahomes, like some big games. Or maybe you went up against Romo Dunze, Saquon Barkley, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and you're like, I just don't want a guy who's going to kill me. Then you can go like Rico.
Right. Yeah. Kind of depends here. Back to Cody. Which QB coming back this week do you prefer, Dart or Stroud?
I have Dart over Stroud.
Yeah, just to that rushing upside. I can't love Dart this week, but I don't know if I've loved Stroud all year. All right, here we go with Robert Perkey. First of all, he says he seriously thought about benching Lamar and Saquon this week, and you wish you would have. How do you figure that this would be where we're at, where it's week 13, almost the playoffs, and you're like, can't start Saquon Barkley, don't want to start Justin Jefferson, Lamar Jackson's a bum. Every year is different.
Every year's crazy, man. Every year's crazy.
All right, so let's see who's going to help Robert win. Pick 2, Franklin, Waddle, Igbuka, Gainwell, Michael Wilson.
Oh, man. I think Franklin's got to be one here. I was always under the assumption that Harrison was going to play this week. Right. So I have Michael Wilson over Gainwell. Again, though, Gainwell should give you a very safe floor this week in PPR against that Bills defense. Like, he's probably going to get 10 carries and catch 3 or 4 plus passes. Like, he should give you a very good floor this week. I still like Michael Wilson, though. I don't just think Marvin Harrison's coming back and he's like just Michael Wilson's going to disappear. So if it's my team, I'm going Franklin, Wilson, but Gainwell, more of a floor play if that's, if that's what you need. But if you started Lamar and Saquon, you might need to shoot for the big game from Wilson.
Well, that's true. If you can remember with your 30 leagues, which one you're on.
Yeah.
All right. And then let's get to Mike Montalva. What happened? Oh, did we miss?
I think he had one more at the end there.
Oh, I see. Mooney or Wilson?
Wilson. I'm not starting Mooney. I don't care if London. I don't care. Like, you could tell me like, whoa, what is that? How'd that pop up?
Oh, I think I clicked something weird.
That's interesting. I've never seen that. You could tell me London, Kyle Pitts, David Sills, Kadero Hodge. You could tell me they were all out, and I don't think I could start Mooney.
Yeah. Mooney's just desperation. Okay, Mike Montalvo. Pick one for flex. Nico could get the sauce treatment. Franklin, who was on one of the videos this week, or Judkins.
Yeah, I'm still think Nico's a good start. I still think Judkins is a very good start this week. I'm going to go Franklin for that upside. Again, though, Judkins is probably your safer bet here because against 49ers run defense, I have no worries. So if you want to just say, hey, I just need a floor, again, maybe your opponent had like Amon-Ra and Odunze and Saquon or something, or Lamar, and their lineup is already hurting, Judkins is fine. But if I'm going for maximum upside, which I usually do, I'm going for Franklin.
Yeah, going for Franklin this week. Speaking of Odunze, Jordan. What's up, Jordan? Thankfully, trusted the gut and sat Odunze for Michael Wilson.
Nice.
Also, 2 weeks ago, traded Sun God Intent for Jamar.
Wow, you're living right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you're living right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Look, we don't usually defer to gut call for our decision-making process, but sometimes that's what it comes down to. I mean, we don't know. Cody now, Gadsden or Colby Parkinson?
I'm going Gadsden here.
Gadsden. Yes, Gadsden. All right. Then Lex Dad, what's up? Keenan, DK, or Mooney?
DK. I mean, I don't love DK, but come on, Mooney.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought it was DK Metcalf, not Chamiri DK.
Chamiri DK. I was pretty confident on DK. I'm like, I could, but
in that case, I'm going Keenan. We got Keenan in here. I'm going Keenan.
Yeah, I was leaning Keenan. I'm like, I mean, look, as I mentioned, Al Manor is questionable again. You know, Ridley's not coming back. Like, they have nobody else. DK is the number one receiver there. They might need to pass it plenty to keep up, but I should go with a guy in the better offense. All right, same team, Gadsden or Hunter Henry?
Gadsden.
2 Chargers is fine.
Yeah.
They get the Raiders. RJ Harvey, Rico, or Judkins?
Harvey.
Like and subscribe? Yes. Agree. Thank you. Thanks, Dad. All right. Now we got Daniel Hart. What's up, Daniel? Igbuka or Harrison?
I have Harrison higher. Jacoby Brissett's throwing the ball a ton. Throws it to his wide receivers. How good can we feel about Igbuka right now in this passing offense? But Baker Mayfield, we don't even know how healthy he is. I mean, Igbuka has low-key been just as bad as like Rome Odunze recently.
Yeah. This is where it's tough because you have to try to separate, early season from current. You have to live in the present, not the past, but you also don't want to give up. Well, it's been 2 weeks. This guy is, worthless now. Like, no, guys go through slumps and things change. So you really have to treat it on a weekly basis. But this week, Baker's not 100%, even if he's playing. It's not a good sign for Igbuka. And like the matchup is like, it's okay, right? It's not bad, but it's not great either. So it's better for Harrison. Well, Olave or Rico, does this just depend on Olave's status?
Yeah, I mean, if Olave plays, I'm playing him. It's too good of a matchup this week.
Yeah, and a tough spot for Rico. So, all right, we got James Hall. Welcome back. And good afternoon. He said he's a big underdog this week. So, Jalen Warren, Troy Franklin, or Michael Wilson?
I've got Franklin the highest. It's the Commanders. He's been getting targets, been getting end zone targets. I think we got to take a chance on Franklin here.
Yeah, Warren is fine, but you're looking for ceiling. I think you need to go with one of those receivers. I think it might have been Wilson if there was no Harrison, but let's go Franklin here. And then let's do Michael to Michael. Kincaid if he plays, or Theo Johnson?
That's right. What is Kincaid questionable? I mean, I still have Kincaid over Theo Johnson. Theo might be safer.
He is safer. I'm not getting fooled again. Kincaid come off injury. Forget it. This week, he's dead to me. AV for 3. Need to drop and pick up possibly for Tyler Warren. All right, yeah. So let's keep an eye on that, right? Warren, it's an illness, but look, if he's not good to go tomorrow, yeah, you want to swap him out. Can you drop Bill or Addison?
I don't even care that I have Tyler Warren. I'm dropping Bill for Gadsden.
Gadsden's out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even care if Warren plays, I'm dropping Bill for Gadsden. There's no reason not to have a tight end like Gadsden on your bench, because what if, like with Monra, like what if Tyler Warren has an injury this week and you could have had Gadsden on your bench, you know what I mean? And just sitting there waiting for you. So like, Bill, you say you're thin at running back, but are you ever starting Bill? Probably not. After what we've seen this year, probably not.
No, don't feel like this is going to be the Bill breakout week against Denver. You're not going to miss him. Yeah, you know what? I honestly might just go Gadsden, even if Warren is good. Anyways, it's such a good spot for Gadsden against the Raiders, and not just because Warren is ill or whatever the situation is. It's the Texans. I think I'm just going to start Gadsden regardless. All right, what is up, Brian? Brian Forth.
What's up, Brian?
Good morning. Needs a receiver and 2 flexes, full PPR. Franklin, Jacoby, Neal, Rico. Have a great rest of the weekend.
Yeah, I'm just going to bench Neal here. I feel pretty good about Franklin and Rico. I feel, even with BTJ back, I still feel okay about Jacoby. I mean, Neal, like, how many touches is he even going to get? I'm really worried here for Neal.
Yeah, with Neal, I mean, we've been over this, but maybe not everybody heard. Because I feel like we didn't get too detailed in the start sit with him because we didn't know for sure about Kamara. And, besides the fact that Neal didn't do much as a runner last week, he gets the Dolphins. You're like, hey, it's the Dolphins. No, the Dolphins, what is it now? Number 6 since the first month of the season in rush defense EPA. They have not given up big games to running backs ever since they got destroyed the first month of the season by running backs. It's just been a switch. So this is a bad spot for Neal, and he's not in a good offense. Sorry, Juice. So you can sit him. It's true. It's objectively true. Alex B. Vidal or Jalen Warren?
With Hampton out, I have Vidal slightly ahead of Jalen Warren. We know Vidal is going to get the bulk of the touches there. I don't mind Jalen Warren this week because, again, it gets the Bills. That's a great spot, but I'll take the guy getting more touches.
Yeah, exactly. Justin Gilbert. All right, so if Harrison is out, which doesn't sound like he will be out, but do you like Pierce, Higgins, Mechie, any of those guys better? Michael Carter for Benson, McLaughlin. I can't go McLaughlin. Keep Tuden, Corum, Rodriguez on bench.
Yeah, I don't want to drop those guys. I mean, obviously, if Bam Knight is out, Michael Carter becomes a great start this week. I don't even know who the running back behind Michael Carter and Bam Knight is, to be honest.
RB5 in Arizona. No, I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, but do I want to drop Trey Benson to pick up Michael Carter? No, maybe just be ready tomorrow. Like if you need, like, are you telling me you're rostering Jaleel McLaughlin right now? Is that what I'm reading here?
I
mean, if you're rostering Jaleel McLaughlin, I would drop him for Michael Carter.
I think he's saying, should I pick up Michael Carter for Benson, or I think pick up McLaughlin? I think he's.
I'm not going to pick up McLaughlin. Out of your choices here, Jaden Higgins is the guy I'm starting this week.
Right. If Harrison is back, it's Harrison.
Yes.
All right, so I'm looking because I'm curious here who it is. Apparently, the RB5 for the Arizona Cardinals is Jermar Jefferson.
Oh, I remember Jermar Jefferson. He was like one of my favorite. Back in the day when he was drafted. I mean, man, he was drafted feels like 5 or 6 years ago now.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah, he was like one of my favorite, under the radar sleeper running backs. Obviously, did not work out for Jermar Jefferson.
Well, the good news, he's still very much under the radar. Put it that way.
Yes.
Yeah, he was with Detroit for a couple, on the practice squad. So.
I mean, I'm happy he's still in the league. Good for him.
Okay, well, maybe he'll get his chance. All right, there we go, Justin. Juan Pablo needs a flex. Mechie or Neal? It's full PPR.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with Mechie.
Yeah, go Mechie and PPR. Dead internet theory. Projected to win, needs a floor for the flex. Pick one: Algier, Pittman, Pierce, DK Metcalf, Higgins, Tootin. Or is it worth risking the Taysom blow up?
Well, you just said you need a floor.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm just looking for a floor, I assume like maybe your opponent probably had a couple busts from this week. I think DK Metcalf's the one I have ranked the highest anyways, and he feels like the safest option here.
Yeah, you said solid floor, so yeah, don't risk Taysom yet. And then we got the OG Fly Ass Kane. What's up? Happy Saturday.
What's up?
Needs a receiver and a flex from BTJ, QJ, DK, Metcalf, Jennings, Jones, C-Rod.
I'm going to go DK and BTJ.
Yeah, that sounds good. And I'm pretty sure he goes PPR. So we got Chelsea. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Thank you. Brissett or Dart?
Brissett.
And then needs a receiver between those guys. Wandell, McConkey, Debo, Jacoby, or Mooney.
I have Ladd the highest.
Yeah, between those guys, I think it's Ladd. And then Wolf, E1729. Olave, Jefferson, or Harvey at the flex. It's a must win. Barkley already did nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I will say I did have Olave higher than Harvey. Now I'm nervous about the back here.
Yeah. Harvey's surprisingly somehow the rookie running back in Denver, RJ Harvey, feels like the safest pick.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, if Olave was super healthy, he's been super safe this year, but there is risk. I probably just go Olave, but man, I hate having. I probably just go Harvey, but I really hate having Olave on the bench if he plays.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of comes down to it. Like at the end, if they're like, "Oh, he's fine, no problems," Olave is full go, you can put him in. I'm big enough on Harvey. I'm just starting Harvey. All right, and as always, Molly Wop with a reminder. Thank you so much, Molly. Yep, thumbs up, subscribe. If you haven't yet, no reason to wait. Just get it out of the way and do it now. All right, we got Jamal Banks. What's up? Needs big help. This is Dynasty.
Nice.
It says can't lose by 40 to make the playoffs. Well, hopefully you don't. Who do I start at wide receiver? No, okay. Before we read this, he's like can't lose by 40. So you just need to not get blown out. Do you're like, okay, I'm gonna think floor. I'm gonna just pick a guy who I know is gonna get me something, or is that just asking for trouble?
That's just asking for trouble because then you say like, okay, let me get the floor of I don't know, BTJ. Like who's even the floor play here? Like none of these guys feel like a floor play. And then BTJ gets you 5 points. Michael Wilson gets you 25 and you lose by 42. You know what I mean? You're like, why did I do that? Like, it's kind of like in the guillotine leagues. People are like, I just can't, it's like, yeah, but then you also still need to score points.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying. Guillotine. I would think, I need to be safe. I need to get a guy who's not going to hit. No, because you go against somebody else who outscores you because they have that big game. You're dead. The 5 here, the 8 there. You can't play it safe. You need the big game because that one guy who had that one big game will make up for like 2 of your other players who did nothing. So you can't.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like
I have Michael Wilson the highest here. I still like Michael Wilson.
Yeah. All right. So,
and then I'm still going to, if Tyler Warren plays, I'm still starting Tyler Warren over Juwan Johnson.
Yeah. Yeah. This is the case. Juwan should be fine, but let's go Warren.
This is not the time to play scared here and just try to not lose by 40. You ever seen an NFL team when they're like up 10 in the fourth quarter and they're playing just not to lose the game? What happens? They lose the game.
Yep. You're going to milk the clock. You don't want to be the Atlanta Falcons up 28-3. John D'Alejandro, a receiver flex, QJ, BTJ, Mooney, BTJ potential breakout. I wouldn't count on that, but
well, I mean, maybe. Like, you know what? This is what happens a lot of times, right? It's like AJ Brown. Everybody who drafted AJ Brown is out of it, has no chance, and now AJ Brown is putting up like big games, just in time for your turkey bowls, just in time for your toilet bowl brackets. Like, thanks a lot, AJ Brown. I still do have. I'm pretty sure I have BTJ. Let me just verify. Yeah, I still have BTJ the highest here. I don't know if it's a BTJ potential breakout. Just like, but also didn't BTJ break out last year already? But I like BTJ the best here.
Yeah, at this point, it's with BTJ just having a good game, just doing something would be just like redemption. Like,
yeah, it's like comeback. It's like BTJ comeback.
So yeah, don't love Mooney this week. All right, let's do a little lightning round here. We do of course. We have a lot of super chats. We got plenty. We just now caught up to the ones from before when we went live. So these are the comments now from the time we actually got on the air. Let's start with Linton Moore. Flowers or Sutton, rest of season.
Well, we haven't seen Sutton play yet, but right now I think you got to pick Sutton. I mean, again, I know Flowers, like, look, that was a pretty rough offensive pass interference against Flowers. Like, I feel like wide receivers do that on almost every pass, and it's rarely called, but they decided to call it there because kind of like they decided to give Matt LaFleur a timeout instead of a false start. NFL referees just have too much say in NFL games, unfortunately, but it is what it is. But you got to prefer Sutton right now.
Yeah, gotta go Sutton here. What about Allen is live? Devin Neal or Jalen Warren?
Jalen Warren.
Definitely Jalen Warren. Really Rocket. Theo Johnson or Harold Fannin?
I have Fannin higher. Let's go. Shedeur starting. He was the number one target there. It's the 49ers. They give up a lot of points to tight ends. I'm going Fannin.
Yeah, Fannin in a good spot here. And then how about this is Pablo, Devin Neal or Kamani Vidal?
Vidal.
Definitely Vidal. Clayton already stirring the pot. What's up, Clayton? Where you been? I know you're always in the Discord. When are the Dynasty startup mocks coming? Dude, let's end the season first.
Can we get through the season first?
Yeah. Slow your roll. We got playoffs coming up. How about Sean Workman? Brissett or Darnold in the revenge game?
I think I have Brissett above Darnold, yes.
Well, the problem is the revenge. I think Darnold's already got his revenge by being on the better team and showing the Minnesota misses him. But they just might not need to pass that much. We'll see. Andrea, always here, nice and early. Need to flex between Rico, Wilson, BTJ, QJ. Wow, down more than 40 points, 48.
Well, I mean, down 48 could mean different things. Like, did you have nobody play and they had 4 players play? Then you're really probably not down here.
True.
Like, did you have 3 players play and they had 2? And yeah, you're probably down pretty big. I'm going to go Michael Wilson, though. That's just who I have the highest.
Yeah, let's go Wilson here for upside. Just can't feel great about Rico this week. Okay, next super chat. It's the DJ BK24. Needs one receiver, Pittman, Wandale, Higgins, DK Myers, Chimera DK. Last 3 are waiver pickups, which is fine. Just needs
one wide receiver here. I think Wandale is the one I have the highest, but let me verify that. Wandale. Actually, no, I do have Pittman slightly over Wandale. Although that was before the Daniel Jones thing. I might just go Wandale this week.
Yeah, I would feel better if it was still Jameis Winston in there. But look, Wandale has shown he gets a ton of targets. So it's fine. And then it's let me see. MVM Mavale Madre.
Sure.
Okay. 6373. Rico, Judkins, Harvey, Vidal, Neal, Ladd, MHJ, Michael Wilson, Pierce, I'll take Caleb Bowers, Texans, Browns. We need two, a tight end, a flex, and a defense.
All right, I'm going Harvey, and I still have Judkins over Vidal in that 49ers matchup. So Harvey, Judkins. Man, you've Kittle and Bowers. I'm going to go Ladd and the Arizona wide receivers are tough having both because it's like, who's going to be the guy here? But I think I feel a little bit better about Michael Wilson. I'm going to go Ladd, Michael Wilson. I'm going to flex Vidal.
Kittle Bowers is pretty tough, but
that is pretty tough.
Thing is, Kittle has been going, pretty well, but is that enough to move you off of Kittle? That's my question.
No, because I mean, it's not like the weather shouldn't affect those short throws and stuff. So I think I have to keep Kittle in my lineup here.
All right. And then also a question, which again, thinking out loud here, I'm like, I may take a shot on Bowers because remember, Chip Kelly is out. Is this Raiders offense now with old offense coordinator Greg Olsen, who's just always there? Are they going to be like, look, we're just going to throw it to Bowers every time we can? Like, he's the only weapon going to make a difference here besides Genty. Like, they might make a point of going to him more. I'm not saying it's going to happen for sure, but also Michael Mayer, the other tight end, he's out for what it's worth. So I might stick with Bowers here for upside. Texans and Browns.
I think you got to go Texans against a mobile Daniel Jones. I mean, I know the Browns have a great defense against the 49ers. I don't know. That one's close. Those two good defenses. But, man, Daniel Jones looks like he can't move right now.
Yeah, I think just go Texans. Again, both good choices. All right. Super Jams to the front of the show here. Got Lamar and Barkley. Not loving life right now. You thought this was a killer 1-2 punch early in the season. But
yep.
And then guys like Michael Wilson are your league winners.
Like Barkley, like Lamar, I still have hope that, come on, this guy can turn it around, right? Lamar's been so good for so many years. Barkley is the one I'm very worried about right now. Like, I mean, I know this last week I said Barkley, like barely, like lower end of the solid, like barely solid. Next week, he's not even going to be that. He's going to be like flex. Barkley just a flex.
Yeah. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't look the same. I think there's got to be more than just like, well, we don't have the same attitude running the ball or the offense coordinator. There has to be some sort of physical issue. I know he's popped up with a growing issue. There's got to be something, I think. There's no way he's all of a sudden just struggling to even average not even 4 yards a carry. It can't just be like a mental thing. Like, come on. Anyways, Young Money has entered the chat. What's up, Young Money?
What's up?
Not loving the fact that he went against, let's see, Gibbs and Devontae screwed me, but the Bengals kicker might have clutched for me. Gotta love the kicker pulling it out. Also, Thanksgiving is the worst holiday because the food is crazy overrated. All right, you and Chris are seeing eye to eye on this.
Young Money, I'm with you on this. Look, Thanksgiving wouldn't be a bad holiday if we changed the food. Change the food. Change it.
All right. Well, apparently the Caribbean turkey from Romeo was a hit. Yeah, I know. Well, you can send some over.
Nice. And Keith said the turkey he made, I was like, but is it better than brisket? And he said, I would put it above brisket. And then I said, what about Maine lobster? And he said, yes, above Maine lobster. I'm like, I got to try that turkey. What?
Man, lobster. It's hard to beat seafood. All right. Well, I'm glad y'all had some good food. That's the main thing. Let's go to Neto Trejo. Thinking to play Vidal instead of Rico. Look, I think that might be a good move.
Yep, I'm okay with that this week.
Yeah, Rico, again, he's still the guy there. I mean, we're not concerned about Rico, right? He's not panic material, but it's just a bad matchup. All right, so let's do it. Let's go Vidal, and then let's go to Evan Nikolai, Gainwell, Vidal, or Judkins?
I have Judkins the highest of these three. I think against that 49ers defense, this should be a good spot for Judkins.
All right, Gadsden or Jawan? We're going Gadsden here, right?
Yeah, I don't know if Jawan has a much better matchup. Gadsden gets a great matchup against the Raiders.
Yeah. We're pretty high on Gadsden for that reason.
Yeah, Raiders like the zone heaviest team, and he's dominated zone this year. And by the way, we just got word that Darren Waller is indeed back. It's official.
Officially back. Welcome back. That's the solution to. That's not. There's nothing. Look, I guess you could pick him if you really need a tight end. You could pick up Darren Waller.
I mean, he's got to be better than a lot of options out there. The way they.
Yeah. Let's see how long this run lasts. How many games does he have left in him?
Right. It might only be this week, but hey, take it.
Go out with a bang. Go out in a flurry. What about these quarterbacks? T-Law, Jones, Purdy, Stroud, Tua, or Rodgers?
Let me check, but I think I have T-Law the highest this week.
Yeah, I think probably T-Law.
T-Law this week. T-Law.
Texans or Rams? Both good.
Man, but come on, Rams against Bryce Young. That way that defense has looked, I'm taking the Rams.
It's Bryce Young. I mean, you know what he's like. Well,
yeah, he'll throw some interceptions. He'll take a bunch of sacks. He won't score any points. Perfect. Perfect for my defense.
Yeah. I was like, he hasn't been turning the ball over as much. And then last week he did have 2 interceptions. He's starting to get a little more turnover happy. All right, that's
a little more Bryce Young-y.
A little more, looking like himself again. All right, Zach Mudd in his work league clinched first. Very nice. Here's the team. He wants a rating on this team for the playoffs now that he's clinched. Well, it would be better if JJ had a real quarterback.
Yeah, wide receivers are the issue here. QBs are fine. I mean, look, JD, I think, is going to be back next week. I really think we're going to see JD next week. Running backs, especially with the way Monunga has been trending up, your running backs are great. Wide receivers kind of go in the opposite direction here, but I mean, you got Adams, you got Pittman, who's mostly solid outside of really tough matchups. Look, maybe Michael Wilson continues to be the one there. Bowers, this is a good team. I see why you're first here. I'll say like a 8.5.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to have one of those guys, right? Like the guy who can just put the team on his back and carry you, and you got JT. So that's, right. I think that's important because let's face it, a lot of times that's what it is. You get that one guy who scores 30 points. That's why you win. So you have one of those guys. I really want to be optimistic for Jefferson, but at least you got startable receivers. That's a good thing. And look, maybe Bowers takes off this rest of the season. We'll see. So I don't know. If I feel better about the receivers, I might put it a little bit higher. I'll go 8. Let's go 8. All right, now we got B63154. Oh, it's Esteban. Should have seen the picture first. What's up, Esteban?
Exactly.
Pick 3, Troy Franklin, Tet Shakir, BTJ, Jennings, Terry, Higgins.
All right, I know I have Franklin 1. I think I have BTJ number 2. Yes, BTJ number 2. Then it's between... Actually, I have Shakir number 2, BTJ 3. So Franklin, Shakir, BTJ.
There you go. And then pick 2 between Hendo, Genti, Rico, Harvey, Etienne, Vidal. Ooh,
oh man, this was gonna be easy, then it got hard. I'm gonna go Etienne and Henderson.
Man, yeah, this is really tough here. I mean, Henderson, because he still has become the guy. He's got such a good matchup. I do agree. Henderson first. I really want to start Harvey, but I know. I just got to keep Etienne in there, right? Okay. Good luck. Billy Joe, Billingsley. What about K9 or Woody Marks?
I do like Marks this week, but I still have Kenneth Walker ahead of Marks.
Yeah, that one's pretty close too. In another league, Stroud or Purdy?
Well, I had Purdy ahead, but man, I'm getting very nervous. I might just go Stroud here. I
think this is a case where the weather can push you a little bit off of him, right? I mean, just potential for disaster. And look, Cleveland is a good defense, not just a good run defense. Their pass defense has been mostly good. So let's just go Stroud. He should have to pass it a lot. Karen Cooney. Welcome back, Karen. All right, flex. Wandale ankle plays Monday. So just go QJ, Pierce, Gadsden, or pick up one of those guys. Apparently got plenty of other options, but
I mean, let's see. I feel like, because I don't love any of these other guys, I would just wait on Wandale personally. I mean, if you're really worried here, I'd probably go QJ next.
And the thing is, you're waiting on Wandale. If he's scratched, then what do? Do you pivot to Hodgins or like a Pop Douglas?
Yeah, I mean, you can just go QJ if you want. He's got a good matchup against the Raiders if you don't want to risk it.
Yeah, I don't want Pierce this week. Like Gadsden's a good tight end, but I don't think I would put Gadsden over him. I don't know. Mechie's the one that's kind of interesting to me because he's technically like the number one guy there. He's got some juice. It's not a bad matchup. So if you want to, I don't know. I can't say safe, right? There's nothing safe about a Jets receiver. But if you don't want to worry about Wandale, I think I might just throw out QJ or take a shot on Mechie. And then she also wants to know, would you drop what is it?
That's Scary Terry?
Scary Terry?
I'm not dropping Terry McLaurin. I know he's got a tough matchup this week, but he's back. I really think Jaden Daniels is going to play next week. I mean, you're going to have Terry McLaurin with Jaden Daniels for the playoffs. This is why I kept telling people, don't drop Terry McLaurin.
Yeah, this is not the time to drop Terry. And the question here is about RB2 over Chris Rodriguez. No, we don't want to start Chris Rodriguez this week. But if you're not going to start Chris Rodriguez, drop him for one of those guys, right?
Well, I don't really want to drop Chris Rodriguez either, because even though you're not going to start him this week and you might not start him next week, he gets the Giants and the Cowboys in the playoffs. And look, I know the Cowboys' run defense has been better, but it still hasn't looked great. Like, I don't want to drop them necessarily here. Like, not just for guy. Like, I mean, if you're in a must win and you're going to start one of these guys, sure, but that would be it.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, do you feel much better about Carter, McLaughlin? Like, no. You might as well just go Rodriguez and hope he scores. All right, we got DC Hogs. Mooney, Jaden Higgins, Tez, Booty needs one.
I think I have Higgins the highest, actually. Higgins, Mooney down there. Yeah, I got Higgins the highest.
Yeah, Tez is not on the radar for me at all. And then, I mean, Booty's always like, maybe. Don't feel great about him this week. All right, Esteban now wants to know, with or without Harrison, Wilson over any of these guys? I could put him over Jennings.
I would put him over everybody except Franklin.
Yeah, I would definitely put him over McLaurin, Higgins. Shakir, I might keep over him. But, yeah, Franklin too. All right, what about best floor? This is still Esteban. Floor for these quarterbacks.
I mean, probably Darnold.
Yeah.
Probably has the best floor. Darnold's my choice anyways, though. He's the guy I've ranked the highest out of this group.
Yeah, that's what you're looking for. And then back to Karen. Wants to know if Olave doesn't play. Okay, now we got QJ, Parker Washington, Addison, or Pearsall.
I still have Parker Washington the highest here. I mean, QJ might have the bigger ceiling if you want to chase that. But I still like Parker Washington this week, even with BTJ back. I don't think just going to stop throwing it to Parker Washington here. And it's the Titans.
Right. Yeah, he'll still get involved enough. You can't start Addison. There's no way. And you can't start Pearsall. So it's either QJ and hope for the touchdown or Washington and take the floor. And then Bob now, same dilemma at quarterback. An injured Baker Mayfield who's playing, or an injured Daniel Jones who's playing, or such tempting options as Marcus Mariota, Tyrod Taylor, Tua, Geno, Tyler Shuck, Cousins, Ward, Shadur, Brosmore ahead of Lettuce.
I'm just going to go with Baker here. At least he's at home.
Yeah, let's go Baker here. All right, and then we got Jim K. 2 running backs, 2 receivers, and a flex. Gainwell, Genty, Vidal, Tucker, Sutton, Nico, Wilson, Pierce.
I'm going to go Genty and Vidal at running back with Sutton at flex.
All right, you go, Jim. And then let's get to Gonzalez, 760. And, receiver, Jacoby, Diggs. And then Vidal or Rico.
Vidal.
All right. And then let's see. Jordan. If Olave is out, does that make you want to go Juwan Johnson over Gadsden? We talked about this already.
Honestly, if Olave is out, I might. I mean, how many targets is Juwan Johnson going to get if Olave is out? Like 10 targets?
Yeah. I mean, he's already in a pretty good spot matchup-wise. Man, I like Gadsden a lot this week. But sure, if Olave is completely out, then yeah, go Juwan Johnson. Vice Key, K. Well, it's Vice K, but I think it's Vice Key on the full thing. Playoff dreams are over. Well, the week's not over. Maybe someone gives me 30. Okay, let's see. And then it's tight ends. Schultz, Juwan, or Kincaid?
Yeah, I don't know if you're getting 30 from any of these, but I'm just going to go with Juwan.
Yeah, pick 3. Warren Wilson, DK Metcalf, Travion Henderson, Terry, or Pierce.
Travion's my number 1. I assume that's Michael Wilson. He'll be my number 2, and Jalen Warren will be my number 3. Good luck, Vice. You never know.
You truly never know. Brandon Ahmed. 2 flexes. Bucky, Gainwell, Pittman, Neil Pearsall.
Gainwell's the easy one here. Oh, man. It's either Bucky or Pittman. Pittman in a terrible spot. Bucky not in a bad spot, but how much is he going to get run? I don't know. It's full PPR. I actually do have Pittman a little higher than Bucky, but now that I think about it, I'm like, I wish they were just like, yeah, Bucky's back and he's playing. He's the guy. Make this so much easier. But man, what if he barely plays? What if he's only out there like 20 snaps?
Yeah. Look, in this group, okay, I think we both agree Pearsall is like not an option. Like you can't start Pearsall.
Not an option.
I do not feel good about Neil. I don't feel great about Bucky, but I can't put Neil over him. I'm going Gainwell, and I'm just going to take Pittman, whatever he gets me, because at least he could score. I'm just worried about Bucky not getting enough touches.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. I'm like Gainwell's clearly the number 1 here, and then it's do you risk it with Bucky or do you risk it with Pittman in a tough matchup? Like what's your risk tolerance here? I'm fine just going Pittman and PPR. I mean, that's I always say I'm just I put these lists, I put my guys and my tiers, of course, when we do the start sit, and I do all the research and I look into the matchups, and based on what we've heard about Bucky, this is how I have it. So let's go Pittman, I guess.
There you go. And then let's go to Mark Bone. What a start. Week 13. It was interesting, that's for sure. So he says his question is somewhere there in the chat. All right, we'll go and look for it. This is Mark Bone. All right, while I look for it, let's do this one. Mark Amarowitz, 111. Rico, Woody, Ted, Igbuka, Sutton, Rico again. or K9?
Really wants to play Rico. But I am actually gonna go Rico at running back, Sutton at wide receiver, and then I'm gonna flex K9.
Jennings or Franklin?
Franklin
For sure. What about Brandy Hills? Judkins or Devin Neal?
Judkins against 49ers. Judkins.
Yeah. All right, let's do a tough one. Do a little quick lightning round here. Some interesting questions. Elijah Moss, Franklin or Harvey? Which Bronco?
Well, I have Harvey slightly ahead of Franklin just because I want the guy, like, if he's going to get 15 carries and catch 3 or 4 passes against the Commanders, this gives me such a high floor with a good ceiling. I'm going to go Harvey.
Yeah, you have a promising young rookie who's now got bell cow status. You got to put him in your lineup. And then we have Cedric Hogan. Welcome back. Marks or Tracy?
I have Marks over Tracy this week. I like Marks this week.
Yeah, because even though Tracy looks like he may be becoming the 1A, got that Pats run defense. It's a really tough spot. And then we got Church Boy Reg. I'm assuming Reg for Reggie. Baker or Brissett?
Brissett.
And then here's Mark Bone, BTJ or Pittman?
I have BTJ over Pittman this week. Much better matchup.
Yeah, and then have all 3 of the Bucs running backs. Who to drop or hold?
I think you can drop Rachaad White for sure.
Pittman, Parker Washington, or Terry or Sharps or Tucker in the flex. Dropped Trey Tucker to pick up Terry. Nice move.
I still have Parker Washington ahead of all these guys.
Yeah, I think even if it's a committee hot hand, whatever thing, I don't want to start Sean Tucker. Like, I think you could drop him if you need to. Yeah, I guess Washington. I mean, look, it's good that you got Terry. It doesn't mean you have to start Terry. All right. Now we got our boy Rise above anything. Welcome back as always. Picked up Vidal. Nice. To drop a defense.
Up 76-6. That'll make the turkey taste better. That'll definitely make the turkey taste better.
Nice. And look, this is why we say, some people are like, we talk about at the beginning, we always talk about these pickups, like they're 70% owned or, they're probably not out there. And people look, dude, they're not out there in my league. They're out there in some leagues. People always drop players that they shouldn't drop because they panic, because they're hurt, because they have a bye. Like, Hampton's coming back. I'm going to drop Vidal. So many people, told us, I'm going to drop Vidal. Like, no, don't drop Vidal. Jim Leichman. Okay, you got McLaurin or Mooney?
I have McLaurin over Mooney. I can't say I like either, but I have him over Mooney.
No, don't love either. Let's go McLaurin for upside. Robert Gano. T-Law or Stroud. That's pretty close. Maybe slightly.
Yeah, but I think I feel better about T-Law this week.
Yeah, because at least he runs a little bit. Pick 3, Tracy, Jalen Warren, Judkins, Sutton. Is it the last 3?
Yes, last 3.
Yeah, not Tracy. All right, there you go, Robert. And then we got Matt B. Thank you for the super chat. Matt, look for your question and we'll answer it. All right, let's go. Yeah, all right. Here it is. Needs a running back and a flex. Gainwell, Vidal, Mooney.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. Not Mooney.
Yep. Just go with those 2 running backs. Big Man Fishing is back in the house. What is up? All right. Waller's back. Waller or Strange?
Just give me Waller. I mean, how good could we feel about Strange? Now BTJ back. I'll just take a chance on Waller here.
Yeah. Strange definitely has value rest of the season. Just this week, tougher, and the target competition doesn't help. Joe Estrada, welcome back. Got 3 teams here. All right. Stafford, Etienne, Rico, Justin Jefferson, Waddle, Juwan Johnson, and Tet. And then on the bench, we got Baker, Franklin, Keenan, Kincaid. Any changes?
Franklin on the bench. I would put Franklin in. I know it sounds crazy, but I would put Franklin in over Justin Jefferson this week. He gets the Commanders. Look, of course, we really hope Max Brosmer, however you pronounce it, is going to come in and look great. And Justin Jefferson's going to have a huge week. And we're going to all feel like relieved that we can start Justin Jefferson again. But reality is that's probably not what's going to happen here. And let me see it first. I don't want to put Jefferson in my lineup while he gets,
nothing.
10 target. He gets like 3 catches on 10 targets.
I know. And I tend to be overly optimistic sometimes about certain players. I want to start Franklin. I think I might start Franklin over Ted this week because I'm not feeling great about Ted. But I totally understand. He's at the flex.
Oh, I missed that. Okay, well, yeah, because I do actually have Ted below Jefferson. So, yep, I missed that. I would put Franklin in over Ted.
All right. And you could totally bench Jefferson and not be blamed for that. How Keenan Allen might be better than Jefferson this week, but I'm going to take a chance he at least gets you something.
Yeah, I still have Jefferson over Keenan too.
And then we got Selena Ortega. Happy Thanksgiving. And back as always. Needs 2 running backs here. Kyron Judkins, Vidal.
Kyron and Judkins.
And then a flex. It says Bowers, Jacoby, Tyler Warren. I think that's right. She's in the league that's like no tight ends, but she has 3 good tight ends for some reason.
Well, because people probably didn't draft tight ends because they're like, it's a no tight end league. I'm going to play all 3 running backs here. Good news is you had CD. Bad news is you had the Ravens combo. So it was kind of like good news, bad news.
Yeah, you always need some points. Look, I'm tempted by Bauer. Could have a big game, but I'll just go those running backs.
It's like one of my teams had Amon-Ra and Jameson in the lineup. So it's like, okay. I probably got as many points as I would have gotten if Amon-Ra was healthy.
Right. Hedging your own bet there.
It would have just been reversed. Amon-Ra would have got all the points instead of Jameson.
Right, look, doesn't matter at the end of the day. It doesn't matter where the points come from, right? As long as you get enough. Jerry, just dropping in to say good afternoon. Thank you, Jerry. Don't. All right. Actually, you know what? Feels like about that time. You know what I mean? It's about that time to remind everybody, if you're on here, you weren't on at the top, maybe you haven't been here before. We help you with your fantasy lineups. We're also going to help you with your picks here on Underdog. Starting with this free one, you get this if you're new to Underdog. It's a gimme. Bo Nick's just getting a yard. You always get a gimme pick if you're a new customer in Underdog signing up for the first time. So just a reminder that if you haven't tried it yet, it's a good time to do so. You get a free pick, and you're going to get free cash. That's right. Up to $1,000 of bonus cash gets put into your account as soon as you sign up for the first time and use code ENDGAME when you check out. You can get that deposit match. You get the free pick, and then more bonus cash because as soon as you play $5 towards any picks, keep in mind, not just talking NFL here. We talk NFL here on this channel, but you got NBA, you got NHL, you got everything, all the sports. So play $5, get $100 in bonus funds added to your account. That's if you're signing up for the first time and you use code ENDGAME when you do that. So also, got to remind you of something else. And that's the fact that we have our very own app, and it is called DraftLane. So let me show you what that looks like. We'll do a couple of the questions here. We get questions on DraftLane all the time, not just on the live stream. So we got some here. Don't forget, Black Friday special. Use code ENDGAME in the settings. Then you get 10 free points. It's going to extend all the way to Cyber Monday and Tech Tuesday and whatever else next week is. So here you go. So you can ask your questions anytime here, like this user asked a question. Kincaid, Theo, or Juwan Johnson at tight end?
I'm going to go Juwan.
Yeah, let's go Juwan. good matchup and may get even more targets if Olave is out or limited. And then it says Wan'Dale Robinson is my flex because no London. Henry, Cook, Jason, CD. I mean, that's fine.
Yep, that's fine. Not changing. Yeah.
We should mention something like I'll just say like keep an eye on Wan'Dale injury status and be ready to pivot if necessary. All right, there you go. That's as easy as it is, except the fact that it doesn't want to submit. There you go. Let's do one more start to sit here. Keep in mind, if you're on Yahoo or Sleeper, if you haven't tried DraftLane yet, if you are on Yahoo or Sleeper, you can sync with our app and we can see your lineup. So this says needs to come from behind. Someone who did not have a great turkey day for fantasy, start Rico or Harrison. All right, got Chase. I mean, that's pretty good. Puka got JT. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you can definitely come from behind with those guys.
Thankfully, Odunze was on the bench.
Nice.
I'm not starting Devin Neal. Already had here. Okay, so basically that's it, right? There's nobody else here we would consider. So Harrison or Rico.
I mean, I have Harrison ahead of Rico still. Rico's certainly the safer option here.
Yeah, it's not a great matchup though. Let's go Harrison. All right. Keep Harrison in at flex. Rico isn't bad, but in a tough matchup. All right. There we go. And see NTY in there as always. Well, let's get back to the chats here. We don't keep people waiting too long. Like H-double-O-ski. Strange Fannin or Juwan?
I've got, assuming Olave plays, I've got Fannin the highest. I think if Olave's out, I would bump Juwan over Fannin.
Yeah, Fannin got a pretty good target share with Shedeur in his first start, but even though it's a good matchup, also the weather might be a factor here. Well, this says rest of season. I just realized this says rest of season.
Well, it's still close here. I mean, I think I still might prefer Fannin. Fannin has a fantastic schedule rest of the season for tight end. Just fantastic. I might still prefer Fannin here.
Yeah, I just realized the rest of the season.
But I mean, if all these guys are available, like why do we need to choose rest of the season? We can stream, we can mix and match here.
Yeah, exactly. So don't worry about that yet. All right. Then we have Rice Chris 3. Drop Odunze. How can I ever trust this guy?
I mean, I get it. Look, again, this is kind of like what I said about Lamar Jackson here. Totally understandable if you're going to bench Rome Odunze. But this isn't a guy you can drop. Like, you're telling me, like, what are you dropping Rome Odunze to go pick up, like, you know, Jaden Higgins or, you know, Chimere DK? Like, really? Like, okay, look, like if you're in a shallow league and you're like, well, look, Terry McLaurin's on the waiver wire. Like, okay, sure, maybe go pick up Terry McLaurin. But if you're any kind of non-shallow league where you're dropping Odunze for some dice roll that you're probably never going to start either, like you can't drop Odunze. It's okay if you want to bench, but you can't drop.
Yeah, the way this was asked, this definitely feels like a 1-2 rage drop.
Yeah, which you know what, like I'm never opposed to rage dropping. Just you know. You just got to be willing to live with the regret.
Yeah. I mean, look, if you drop a Odunze in my league, I'm picking him up, you know?
Yes.
Don't drop him. Like, you don't have to trust him, but don't drop him because look, what if you're like, I'm not going to play him anyways. Okay, fine. What if someone else plays him against you and he does have a good game? He definitely could have a good game again. Brooklyn is in the house. Bench 1. Genti, Emeka, Olave. And this is pick a D. New England, Atlanta, Indy.
Assuming everybody plays, I'm going to bench Egbuka. Obviously, if Olave's out, then your decision is done. I think I go New England here, right? New England against the
against
Giants.
Giants. Yeah, I still have no trust in that Atlanta defense. They show up once in a while, but I don't want to start them. So let's go New England defense. All right. Okay, so here's yes, by the way, thank you,
and by the way, for everybody asking about Wan'Dale Robinson, he's not even on the injury report. He's good to go. He's playing.
Well, I was wondering because we didn't have him on the injury list, and like I don't remember seeing that. So maybe this was earlier in the week or something.
Yeah, and it's because they play on Monday, and so like their practices are a day behind. But today was their final practice. He was a full participant at practice, and he doesn't even have a game. He doesn't even have a game status. He's fine.
All right, there you go. Okay, so there's that. By the way, thank you, chat. Always very supportive. Yeah, spamming, guaranteed way not to get your question answered. And don't worry, people have been put in timeout. Very sad. Joe, this is Joe Estrada, another one, team 2. This is HN Henry Nico. Odunze. Already played. Yeah, well, it's okay. Shakir Strange flexing Jalen Warren. Here's the bench. Any changes? I don't think so.
Nah, and I would have played. I mean, I would have played on Odunze too for this lineup. So,
right.
I mean, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, that's exactly right. I would have played Odunze here. I mean, you guarantee QJ is going to go off. Spearsy, apparently all about the rage dropping. 1,000% done with Odunze. But look, I like what he said. He's got a spot on his bench, not dropping.
Yeah. It's kind of this is like always a cautionary tale for fantasy football. Right, like think about guys like obviously Odunze was one, Egbuka was another one. I'm sure there's others I can't think of that like, first month of the season, it's like great job, you drafted a league winner, good for you. And now it's like maybe you didn't draft the league winner. Like, there's certainly guys who are great all year, but there's also guys who just hot in the early part of the season, hot in the middle, hot at the end. It's kind of how football goes, right?
That's exactly right. It's exactly right. I mean, by the season's end, you'll look and say, "Oh, this guy ranked whatever." But it's like either a tale of two seasons or just parts. Like they'll get all this production in like 3 or 4 games, and I do nothing otherwise. How you get there is what makes the difference because you want the guys who can get there late in the season, not the beginning of the season. Look, again, I just say this. There's not like we're like giving up. Like that's it. Rome Odunze will not score the rest of this year. Come on.
Right.
Probably will. All right. And here's Joe, team number 3. By the way, thank you very much, Joe Estrada. We appreciate you. Here's team 3. Parkinson at tight end, flexing JJ, got Baker, AJB, ouch, on the bench. Aaron Jones.
Well, you flexed. Joe, you flexed. Like the Odunze when I get, but you flexed Jefferson over AJ Brown with Max Brosmer starting. How bad? That one hurts. That one, I gotta be honest, Joe. That one hurts because that's one that like could have easily just been like, yeah, you just play AJ Brown. Ugh, that one hurts. But look, I mean, I don't know, maybe we should just leave Jefferson in there now since you already committed. But I would actually play Shakir over Jefferson.
Yeah, I would too. So, I mean, yeah, you don't have to start him just because you already had him in there. Not playing. Wait, who's the quarterback? It says Baker on the bench. Do you see the quarterback?
No, but hopefully you have a better quarterback than Baker. But if not, Baker's fine.
All right, I'm just trying to figure out who it is. No, I don't think there's any other changes. So that's it. I mean, you can play Shakir. Let's see another tight end. All right. Well, good luck. All right, now we have.
Oh man,
Alex Sobala.
I mean, I think you have to go Judkins. I think you have to go Judkins at this point. Like, you just have to. Just have to. It's sad. Sad.
You know, wasn't even, I don't think I was even kidding. Like, I felt like it should be a joke, but I wasn't. Remember, I texted you yesterday. I was like, Swift over Saquon. And I wasn't just thinking like today. I was like, rest of season. Like, it's just Swift, right? Like, how can you bench Swift for a guy like Saquon? It's like,
I mean, is it even Monangai over Saquon?
Yep.
It's crazy. But here we are.
Judkins it is. Jagger Cruz. And standard, Flex Dowdle or Michael Wilson?
Well, I wait, in standard non-PPR? No, here I just go Dowdle.
Yeah, this would be a dilemma. I might lean Michael Wilson in PPR, but if it's standard, go Rico. And then we have Dro, who loves to hate. This is also
but why?
This is also non-PPR. Warren, splitting time, true. Genty, new OC, true.
Yeah, but I don't think the new OC is coming in and being like, okay, we got to stop giving the ball to Genty. Where's my boy Raheem Mostert? I mean, Raheem Mostert's not his boy this year.
Right.
I'm still going Genty here. Even if Genty is proven, even if he isn't great on the ground, he's gonna get 4, 5, 8 catches. Gotta go Genty.
Yeah. You would think if there's somebody coming in to try to change things, usually your first thought would be simplify the process, right? Get the ball to your best players. That would be the adjustment you would think you would make. So I feel better about Genty a little bit and better about Bowers. All right. Jerry, thank you for the reminder. Absolutely. Smash that like button. Anybody who hasn't yet, don't have to wait till the end. Francisco, thank you as well. Francisco already. All right. Appreciate it. Other shows? What other shows?
Thank you.
No other shows out there. How about this, Francisco? Traded Amon-Ra and Kittle for Bijan. Kind of glad now, I guess so. I mean, it turned out fortuitous.
Yep. Let's hope. I will say the one thing I did talk about this in the panic video. They're saying a low ankle sprain for Amon-Ra, and one thing about Amon-Ra, he's a tough dude. Like, remember, he played with like that metal plate in his shoe. Like, I don't know how you can play wide receiver with like a metal plate in your shoe, but he did it. So maybe he comes back sooner. But man, this is just like the worst time for a guy to get hurt, right? Like, we only have 4 weeks left in the fantasy season. Like, this guy could miss half the rest of the fantasy season or more. Oh, brutal.
Yeah, I mean, they're saying it's like 1 to 2 week thing. So he should still be back for the fantasy playoffs. So it's not like his season's
well, we hope, but you know how these things go. Yeah, 1 to 2 weeks, and then it's 3 weeks later, and he's still not playing.
Right. That's what they're saying. Doesn't mean that's what's going to happen.
But even 2 weeks means you don't have him for the first round of the playoffs.
True. Well, having Bijan definitely softens the blow anyways. Cody now wants to know how big of a boost we're expecting Vidal to have.
I remember these days. This is one of the nice things about being in like so many leagues. One of the downsides about being in so many leagues is I look at my teams and I'm like, I started that guy over that guy. Like, why did I do that? You know what I mean? Because it's like you just forget, like, you have that guy in. You're like, oh, I forgot I had that guy in. You can't look at all your teams. But I do remember these leagues where I would be like stressing over my opponent's team. Just remember, you can't control what happens for your opponent's team. I do like Vidal this week, but like, is Vidal going to have a, Kyle Monangai week? Probably not.
Yeah. Oh. Kyle Monangai week. That would be nice. I mean, I think you figure you view him the same way you did before the bye. He was already the guy. He is what he still is. H-double-O-ski now wants to know, what universe is this where Kyle Monangai greatly outscores Gibbs, but also Saquon Barkley and others?
This is just fantasy football. I mean, think about it. Like, what universe is it where, the Bears dominate the Eagles, or, the Chiefs might not make the playoffs? Like, it's just football. Football might be the most random game on earth.
Yeah, there's a lot of things, right? But you should just know to expect this. If you play long enough, every year is exactly what you didn't expect. That's what it is. Is Tez worth picking up over Higgins? No, I don't think so.
No, I'd rather have Higgins. He's trending up.
All right, and then we got Abel. What's up? 10-man needs 2 running backs: Rico, Harvey, Woody, or Vidal.
I'm going to go Harvey and Vidal.
Yep, and then started chasing Pickens. Not bad. Also made a trade at the deadline: Achane, T-Mac, Monty, and Hunt for Adams, Rico, and Harvey.
This could definitely be. I mean, I know giving up Achane isn't fun, but like Monty, okay, yeah, Monty scored, but come on. Like this could end up working pretty well for you, especially if Harvey really is like that guy down the stretch here. This could end up working really well for you.
Yeah, looking at it here, I mean, looks like you got the win in this trade. I mean, it depends on Harvey, right? See what Harvey does. Carlos Z, what's up? Half PPR. Debo, Michael Wilson, or T-Mac?
I have Michael Wilson the highest this week.
And then bench, Genty, Judkins, Hendo, Canine.
We're benching one of these. I'm benching Canine.
As am I. Knicks or Herbert?
Ooh, that's a tough one, but I have Herbert above Knicks.
Yeah, look, it's a great matchup for Knicks, but it was a great matchup for Tua against the same Commanders defense. Knicks is just, I still have trust issues. Let's go to Herbert. Interesting. Who would you rather stash? Jaden Reed or Mike Evans?
Well, they're saying Mike Evans might come back soon. I'll take Mike Evans.
Yeah, as long as he's coming back at some point this season, then the answer is Evans. Definitely Evans. All right, and then we have C. Mejia. Start 2 running backs: Genty, Judkins, Neal, Vidal. Already has Ibuka at the flex. So would you start somebody over him? I think so.
Yeah, I would go Genty, Judkins, Vidal would be my choices.
There you go. And then the one I can never completely decipher, JV3, J8, I don't know. It's Roman numerals, right? JV. Okay.
Yeah.
Jville needs 2 flexes. Gainwell, Franklin, Sutton, Ferguson, Woody, Marks, Goddard, Hampton. No Hampton. Parker, Washington's on waivers. And do we think Olave plays?
Well, we'll see. 2 flexes. I'm going to, you know what? We said on the booms, you can just start both Broncos wide receivers, right? I'm going to start Franklin and Sutton.
Yeah.
One of them should boom at least, and the other one should at least be good.
Yeah, we did. I think the next guy up here would be Gainwell, but why not just go both of them? And then Olave, I mean, who knows? You would think he would play, but the question isn't just does he play? Is he going to be limited? Is it going to bother him? Risky, but we'll see. It's the nemesis. Good afternoon. All right, Harvey or Judkins?
You got to take a chance on Harvey against Commanders.
Yeah, you do. Go Harvey here. Jay wants to know in half, 1 running back, 1 flex. Walker, Neal, Igbuka, Sutton. Had both Chicago running backs in the bench, which made sense before the game started.
Dang. Walker and Sutton be my choice.
There you go. And then let's go to Beyond 400. Happy holidays. All right. Let's see. Rest of season advice: Burrow or May? Rest of season.
I'm gonna go Burrow.
It's gonna say
Burrow didn't look great, but he showed flashes. He's only gonna get better. Give me Burrow.
Yeah, why not Burrow? And think about the fact that maybe next week he doesn't, but should rest of season fantasy playoffs have T. Higgins too. I mean, just go Burrow. Burrow's back. It's Burrow, right? Top 5 quarterback. Aaron Jones versus Kyle Manungai. Well, rest of season, no.
Wow.
Manungai.
I mean, I know Aaron Jones gets a great schedule. Bears get Packers next week, but does it even matter? And then the Browns, and then the Packers again. I mean, that is pretty brutal, but then they do get the 49ers week 17. But I think you got to go Kyle Monangai at this point, right?
The way they're running the ball, yeah. I mean, you don't want to overreact to last week, but this isn't just last week. Like, he's been solid week after week. Let's go Monangai. He's just in the better offense. With a running back, I think you can just, lean towards the guy who's in the better offense. The Bears clearly a better offense at this point than the Vikings. So let's do it. And it's not like Jones is bell cow either. Like, he's splitting carries still with Mason. Yeah. All right, Admiral Habibi wants to know for this week, is it Myers or Pierce?
Myers. Can't feel good about Pierce this week against the Texans with the banged up Daniel Jones.
The Lizzie, 45, start one, Vidal, Washington, or Chimera DK?
Vidal.
Is Vidal. And then we got Jordan going back to that trade he did, giving up the Sun God and Tet for Jamar. It was the week Chase was suspended. Taking advantage of that buy low window. There you go.
I can't. I'm not going to have Chase this week. Trade him.
It's the best advantage you can have. And you guys know this. We talk about this all season long, is buy low when people panic.
Yep.
Hey, it's the Sloth. Sloth is back. What's up, Sloth? 7778. Vidal, Harvey, Waddle, pick 2.
Oh boy. I think I gotta go Waddle, Harvey. Assuming PPR. If it's non-PPR, I'll go Vidal, Harvey.
Fair point, but PPR again. Love Harvey and Waddle both this week. And then we have Slice 1, Neil or Bucky?
By the way, every time I Slice 1 asks a question, it makes me think of Spice 1. Remember Spice 1?
That's exactly what I was thinking of.
Oh, man, but this question, this should just easily be Bucky, but I think I might still just go Bucky here. Look, Devin Neal. If Devin Neal doesn't bust this week, we're going to look pretty bad, but man, I think I just still go Bucky.
Yeah, I mean, not feeling great about either of these. I guess go for the upside of Bucky. It is Robert Mitchell. Would you start Carter over Dowdle, Genty, or Harvey if there is no Bam? No, I couldn't.
No, not over those guys.
No. What order would you play these guys?
I would go Harvey, Genty, Dowdle would be my order.
Yep, go reverse order there. All right. There, Michael Carter. I mean, I get it. He becomes a flex option if there's no Bam, but yeah, I can't go crazy. Okay. I mean, this depends, but Cruz Martinez wants to know, it's okay to drop Keenan Allen? Not really a rage drop.
Yeah. Can't be too upset. The guy didn't even play. Drop him 4. I think it's okay, but it depends. Again, I'm not going to drop Keenan Allen to pick up, a Michael Carter or something like that. Who are we dropping him for? Who are we dropping him for?
Right. He's not a must hold, but don't drop just for the sake of dropping. Let's see now. Next super chat goes to Jay Bustamante. Marks or Vidal?
I'm going to go Vidal. I do like Marks this week, but I got to like Vidal more in that offense.
All right. And then Alchemite 689. If Olave doesn't play, who are we flexing between Devin Neal, Hunter Henry, John Mechie?
Are we irrationally low on Devin Neal this week? I have John Mechie higher.
I'm going John Mechie. Look, Henry was nice last week because he played the Bengals. You can forget that.
Right.
Like he's okay as a tight end still, but let's go Mechie here. If it's PPR, even if it's non-PPR, like what did Devin Neal do? All he did was catch passes last week. All right, who will get more points, May or Dart?
I don't know, but I'm gonna bet on May.
I'm gonna bet on May too. All right, how about Steve Newsome, Bo Nix, or Drake May?
I have May over Nix.
Yeah, I'm definitely going May here. All right, and then why not? Let's do a couple of strange questions.
All right.
Alan Guzman, Otten or Strange?
I'm going Strange.
Then Bryant Bird, Theo or Strange?
I'm also going Strange here.
All right. Told you, got some strange questions here. Mario Cuellar, BTJ, McLaurin, or QJ?
I have BTJ the highest out of this group.
And then J, in standard, one flex, Keenan, Marv, or Higgins? Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Marv here if he plays. If Marv doesn't play, I'd probably go Keenan.
Yeah, it's standard. You're looking for a touchdown. Go Marv. And then just because they love the channel, Lele CV2GC, Jalen Warren or RJ Harvey?
RJ Harvey.
RJ Harvey it is. And then definitely not true. Not a new member, but Spearsy, again, got the membership.
Thanks, sir.
Hope you had a good Thanksgiving in Canada, though you probably didn't do much. Mario Cuellar. Starting Sutton and Mechie. Should I start Jacoby or Jennings over either of those guys?
Yeah, I would go Jacoby over Mechie.
Yeah, we definitely want Sutton here. I don't want Jennings. Jacoby Mechie is pretty close, though, right? I mean, probably wind up very similar. This is Orange and Blue True. Got Sutton, London, Michael Wilson of Wandale, Waiver Wire, Mooney, QJ, Dobbs, BTJ, Shakir, Jaden Higgins. Man, why is Shakir just out there on waivers in some leagues?
And BTJ?
Must be a more shallow league, but still.
Yeah, I think I would prefer Shakir or BTJ to Wandale. Like, I'm going to, if all these guys are on waiver wire, I'm going to drop Wandale and pick up BTJ. Let me find out. What if he comes back and lights it up down the stretch here? Like, am I going to miss Wandale? Probably not.
I don't think so. I mean, I know after last week, you're like, how can you not start Wandale? It was Jameis Winston. I think it's fair, too. Marv is back. Sure, Michael Wilson still has a role. He's still going to get targeted, but is he going to be, more valuable than BTJ? I don't think so. Man, I wonder who else. If there's somebody else you could drop, right? I want to pick up BTJ and Shakir. I'd rather not drop Wandale, but let's see. Orange and Blue True also says currently flexing Henderson over Bucky and this is a non-PPR league. I think that's why those guys are available.
Non-PPR, PPR, I would flex Henderson over Bucky.
Yeah, I mean, definitely Henderson over Bucky anyways. But like going back to this, now that I know it's non-PPR, that does make me want to drop Wandale and Michael Wilson for BTJ. I'm probably Shakir too.
I don't really want to drop Michael Wilson yet. Me personally.
All right. It's good to know that it's non. All right. We have Millie in my pocket. 6-6 must win. Pick 3. Rico Bucky. The Broncos receivers. It's PPR.
Yep. I'm just gonna sit Bucky here.
We said it before. We'll say it again. You can start and maybe should start both Broncos wideouts and then Rico over Bucky. Not feel great about Bucky this week. And then it's Miranda. Welcome back. 1 receiver, 1 flex, T-Mac, Jennings, BTJ, McLaurin, and Bucky.
I know BTJ is number 1 here for me. I've got T-Mac number 2. So BTJ and T-Mac.
All right. BTJ and T-Mac it is. The other guys are worrisome enough. Brandon Ahmed needs 1 in full. Aaron Jones out Pierce, Jacoby Myers.
Full PPR. I have Aaron Jones above all these guys. None of these guys get me too excited.
No, I think Pierce is last on the list for me this week. Myers is fine with BTJ back. I'm going to put Aaron Jones in over him. And then Bob says, look at that. Vidal is available on waivers. Would you start him over Rico?
Yeah, I've got him over Rico this week, but don't drop Rico, please.
No, don't drop Rico. Definitely don't. All right. Jake the Snake also got that membership again. Thank you. Appreciate you. Look for Jake's question. All right. In the meanwhile, how about Mr. Boogeyman? Half PPR, double flex, Bucky or Juwan Jennings at flex number 2?
I'll just go with Jennings here. Just very nervous for Bucky. I don't know. I'm pretty nervous for Jennings too, though. So,
Yeah, this might be a case where, again, it's easy to say, but I mean, you might have somebody on waivers who, like, as a streamer, that's a better option. I mean, I don't know. I would check and see, because again, guys, you keep in mind when waivers run, people out there in your league will drop some good players just because they'll overreact, right? The recency bias, rage drop somebody, or I don't know. So just go out and check. If you had to pick between these two, I mean, yeah, don't love it, but I would go Jennings. All right, and then let's get to Rico Barajas. 1 receiver and 1 flex, Jefferson, Michael Wilson, Jennings, Judkins.
I'm going to go Wilson and Judkins.
No Jefferson. No. BZ24, Walker or Devin Neal?
Walker.
Yep, Walker it is. And then here's Jake, the Snake. Needs a tight end, Gadsden, Waller, or Juwan?
Gadsden this week.
Yeah, I mean, they're all pretty good options, but let's go Gadsden. Is it time to bench Saquon? You have Aaron Jones and Hunt. Obviously, we're looking for next week.
Yeah, but I mean, how good do we feel about Aaron Jones and Hunt?
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see next week. It might be.
I mean, look, for what it's worth, Hunt is still looking pretty good, and he's getting all the touches. I mean, I know Pacheco is technically back. It didn't matter. He didn't do anything. So, I mean, Hunt feels safer. Kareem Hunt feels safer than Saquon Barkley, but I don't know. No cap. 3 running backs. Who should I sit? Okay, we have to sit at Etienne, Henderson, or Harvey. Wow.
I have Harvey the lowest here, so I guess I'm sitting Harvey.
And I hate to do it, but I think Henderson is got to be number 1 here. I know we had this before, right? Etienne, Harvey. It's like I feel like Harvey has the higher upside, but he also does have more risk. So the Etienne is in a good spot. All right, let's sit Harvey. This is Alexis Armando. Start 3 between Bijan, Trevion, Genty, Harvey, and Judkins. Wow.
Well, you got to start Bijan. I've got Henderson second, Harvey third. So, man, got Genty and Judkins on the bench.
Good options, but got to make sure you win. And by the way, I believe this is the same, right? This is Alexis, whose wife just gave birth like what, yesterday, 2 days ago. So,
yeah, it was like, well, I think he told us on Wednesday. So I think was it Wednesday that it actually happened?
Oh yeah, because well, we didn't stream on Thursday, Friday. Yeah, it must have been Wednesday.
Yeah,
you're right. Man, time flies. So there you go. Lock it in and get some rest. You're gonna need it. And congrats again. Eric Angel wants to know if Tyler Warren is out because of the illness, would you go Waller or Juwan Johnson in standard?
I think if Olave's out, I go Juwan. Otherwise, I would go Waller.
Right. Only if he's out. Oh, it is Mark Evans. Thank you, Mark. How is it going? Got your boy on the bench. They're putting General Mills on the bench. What's up with that?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay. Let me see if I can find Mark probably has a question. Let's go to Juice though. What's up, Juice? So glad Hampton is out so I can play Vidal. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of am too. I have more Vidal than Hampton. My other two options were Chris Rodriguez and Tootin. I mean, yeah, Vidal definitely a better choice there. Definitely a better choice. How about this? Bryant Bird has another one. Bucco or Wandale? And Wandale's clear.
Yeah, I still have Igbuka over Wandale this week.
Yeah, I think so. It's close, that one. I see Mark's question now. But look, Western Goods needs to flex either Aaron Jones or Jacoby Myers in PPR.
I still have Aaron Jones over Jacoby.
That one's really close. Both pretty much floor plays. So,
yep.
Let's hope they just lean on Jones a whole lot, right? Give him a lot of carries and a lot of dump offs. Maybe Brosmer targets him a lot. All right, here's Mark Evans. Got BTJ, Keenan, Algier, or Sharbs wants to rank these guys in half PPR.
For just this week, I go in half PPR. I go BTJ, Keenan, Algier, Sharbs.
Yeah, I think I kind of just have them in that order. BTJ, Keenan, Algier, Sharbs. So there you go. Joe Strada again. Juwan Johnson or Darren Waller?
PPR, I think I definitely prefer. Well, I mean, if Olave's out, I definitely prefer Juwan. I think I prefer Juwan in full PPR either way. That one is close.
I mean, it's not like Waller has no risk.
Right.
So I think you just go Juwan Johnson. Nuzzy. Henderson or Bucky?
Henderson.
It's definitely Henderson here. And then Jank the Tank. Shakir or Vidal at the flex?
Ooh, I'm gonna go with Vidal. I want the guy, that running back I know is getting 15 plus touches, catching a few passes against that Raiders defense.
Yep, exactly. Like nothing wrong with Shakir's and everything wrong with Shakir. Vidal in a good spot. All right, back to Karen Cooney in 2 leagues, hence all the questions. Of course, we're here for it. Order this flex. Walker, QJ, Parker, Washington.
I go Walker, Washington, QJ.
All right. And then I think this is a different one from Jank the Tank. Half PPR, 2 flexes. Franklin, Shakir, or Vidal?
Franklin and Vidal.
Yeah, I think in half they got to give the edge to Vidal over Shakir there, but we'd like Franklin a lot this week. Hope he pays off. Here's Mario Cuellar with another one. Got Aaron Jones or Woody Marks?
Here I go Woody Marks.
All right, and then we got Mike Montalvo. If no Tyler Warren, Schultz or Theo Johnson?
I've got Schultz higher this week.
Yeah, because Theo Johnson, they get the Patriots, right? That's a brutal spot. And then we got Dodger Beast. Welcome back. It's Elijah, right?
Yep.
Stafford or Dart?
Stafford.
It's easily Stafford. Trade. No. Okay. Let's see here. Well, all right, we can do this one. If Christian Holcomb says Olave or Godwin, if Olave is clear and plays, it's definitely Olave, right?
I mean, yeah, even if they say like Olave might be limited, I'm going to play Olave.
Right. It's definitely not Godwin. That's the point. All right, what about this one? I mean, I think so. This is T-Bed Blicky. Should I draw Matthew Golden?
Yeah, you could. This is a guy you can drop. Not happening for Golden this year, unfortunately.
No, he's the guy who maybe you can buy low in Dynasty because, right, disappointing rookie season, somebody who's a contender wants something else. But yeah, I don't think there's really any hope for him the rest of the season redraft. Sadly. Okay, not sure why, but Bive Estrada, Josh Allen or Sam Darnold?
Always Josh. As long as he's not playing the Texans, it's always Josh Allen.
Right. Exactly. Like nothing wrong with Darnold this week, but it's just Josh Allen. All right. Have not had enough defense questions or kicker questions. DC Hogs, Bucks or Chargers kicker?
I don't know. Dicker the kicker. It's the only guy I know.
Dicker the kicker is always the answer. Let's see. All right. Why not? Let's do another strange question.
Okay.
Chelsea, pick up Strange and drop Mooney if you already have Goddard.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. Well, if you already played Goddard, then it's not going to help you, but you don't have to hold on to Mooney, right?
No, you definitely don't.
Another tight end question from Dodger Beast. So if Tyler Warren misses, your options are Theo Johnson, Mason Taylor, or Evan Ingram.
Theo Johnson.
Yep. And then Andrea needs a receiver in a flex. T-Mac, Pittman, Jaden Higgins, John Mechie, or Rico in half.
Rico at flex. I think I'm pretty sure I have T-Mac the highest here, wide receiver, but let me verify. Yes, T-Mac at wide receiver.
All right, there you go, Andrea. Good luck as always. Jeremy Brunk, 901. Good afternoon. Thank you. Appreciate that.
You.
All right, needs best five in PPR. Rico, Travion, Bucky, Vidal, T-Mac, Ibuka, Michael Wilson, Cortland Sutton.
I'm going to go Rico, Travion, Vidal, Wilson, Sutton. Those are my favorite five.
All right, there you go. And Jank the Tank got the membership. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Now we have Saint Passiona. Is that how you say that?
Maybe that seems pretty good to me.
That's a very cool little avatar there as well, isn't it? The moon. All right. Debo Gadsden, Sean Tucker.
I think I'll just take a chance on Debo here. I mean, I do like Gadsden, but I don't know if I could put Gadsden in over Debo, even against the Broncos. Not Tucker. I don't know. I'll go Debo.
It's definitely not Tucker. This is back to being a 3-man committee of some sort. Yeah, I think Debo. Look, Gadsden could have a bigger week here. Debo should still get more targets. So maybe having Terry back will help him. What about orange and blue? True. Again, if I drop Wandale for BTJ, do I start him over either Sutton or Michael Wilson this week? No.
Nah, just see what BTJ looks like first.
Yeah, exactly. Jim Slim. Dart or Brissett?
Brissett.
Ooh, this is a tough one. Yeah, I'm definitely going Brissett there. 3 times G flexing Waddle or Collins?
Nah, I'm just gonna go Waddle this week. Look, Nico. I mean, that Colts have Charvarius Ward and Sauce Gardner now. Like, Collins is fine. I'm not benching Collins or anything, but I like Waddle enough this week. I'm just gonna play Waddle.
Yeah, I mean, these are your flexes. I'm guessing this is a pretty shallow league, and you've got 2 good receivers. I want to play both. We do like Waddle a lot this week. I don't know if everybody's watched all the Boom videos, but check it out. We do like Waddle. All right, Juicy Boosie is super down bad this week. Went up against AJB and JMO. Needs a ceiling. So, 2 between JJ, Ted, Harvey. It's funny. It's like, I was going to bench JJ, but now I feel like I need ceiling. Like, what is the ceiling with Max Brosmer, though?
Yeah, but what's Ted's ceiling?
What's Ted's ceiling?
That
with
one. He had that one random big game where Bryce Young randomly threw for 400 yards. Like, Bryce Young literally used up all the rest of the yards he had for the season in that one game. So
he sure did.
I'm going to go JJ and Harvey.
Because, here's the thing. Like, what if, because we really don't know, what if Max Brosmer gets out there and is like, I'm just going to throw it to Justin Jefferson as much as possible because that's the safest thing to do, which would be smart, right? Maybe that's their key here. Like, don't look at your second or third read. Just throw it to Justin Jefferson. We could see a ton of targets, right? It's possible.
I mean, that's what he should do, but that doesn't mean – I mean, J.J. McCarthy's been targeting him a ton. That doesn't mean it works out.
Yeah, like target, like meaning throw it in somewhere in the general area that it counts as a target, but I'm not saying Brosman will be better. Anyways, yeah, I'll go J.J. Harvey here. Man, a lot of strange questions this week. Okay. Steering wheel drummer. Is Pitts droppable if I have Strange and Waller?
Yeah, I think so. What is Pitts doing? Yeah. Another year. Like, I can't. There's going to be some reason people talk themselves into Kyle Pitts again next year, isn't there? Something will happen.
Always and forever, Kyle Pitts truthers will be around. All right. Then we got Renee. Had a great Thanksgiving. Absolutely. Hope you did too. Needs a receiver, tight end, and 3 flexes between Booty, Shaheed, Hollins, Kincaid, Schultz, Strange, McLaurin, Chris Rodriguez, Pierce, Parkinson, Tucker, Vidal.
Well, this is what I said earlier when we talked about Terry in the beginning about returning. Like, I don't feel good about Terry this week, but I'm not going to start guys like Kayshon Boutte, Rashid Shaheed, Mac Hollins. Like, I'm not starting these guys over Terry. So Terry's going to be my wide receiver. Kincaid, Schultz, Strange, Park. I'm going to go Schultz at tight end. Vidal is definitely a flex.
We don't have a lot of great options at flex. 3 flexes. We might need a guy.
I'll probably go Trey Tucker here. I mean, at least he's the wide receiver 1 there. I'll go Vidal, Tucker. And I'll probably just hope Pierce can hit on a big touchdown or something.
All right. There you go. And thank you, Andrea. Thank you. Appreciate that. Had a good day too. That's very good. No coincidence. Slice One's favorite rapper was Spice One. There you go.
Nice.
It's exactly what I think about too. I had the first 3 albums, I think. Remember he was on the Menace to Society soundtrack.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk football. I got Javante and Cook in my lineup. It needs to flex 1. Mechie, Neal, Bucky, Jaden Higgins, Waller, and Pierce.
I got Jaden Higgins the highest here, but let me make sure. Yeah, Higgins. Well, I mean, I do technically still have Bucky ahead of Higgins. I know. I might just roll a Bucky here. I mean, Higgins, if he doesn't score, what are you getting from him? Etchy. Yeah, I take it back. I'm just gonna roll a Bucky here. See what I get.
All right. What about, I don't know if this is Ross. Change the name. It's Sylvester White. BTJ or Troy Franklin?
Troy Franklin.
Go. And then another super chat from Renee. Thank you, Renee. Don't know if you had another question. If you do, we'll put it up. I'll just say thank you. And then definitely thank you again, Joe. Way too generous. Joe Estrada. Let's see. Oh, this is the girlfriend's team. What wise investment. Start Dalton Schultz or Theo Johnson.
I like Dalton Schultz this week.
Yeah, should get targeted plenty. Just cannot love Theo Johnson. All right, so let's go to, this is interesting. Big D pulls, Hall or Diggs in full.
Ooh, I like Breece Hall this week. I think Breece Hall could have a big game. I'm gonna take a chance there.
Agree. Orange and blue, true. So added BTJ and Shakir. So which 2 receivers between Sutton, Michael Wilson, BTJ, Shakir in non-PPR?
I'm still just gonna go Sutton and Michael Wilson.
Yeah, definitely like Sutton. You can still start Wilson. What's up, Justin? Justin O'Grady. Happy Thanksgiving. Just one question. All right, flexing Trey Tucker, Alec Pierce. You can't do Jordan Addison.
Nah, I'll just take a chance on Trey Tucker.
Yeah, we'll see if they somehow get better with a new OC. I don't know. All right, let's do in Lucero, Mechie, Parker Washington, Slayton, or Mooney, but we need 2.
Washington's my number 1. I actually have Mechie as my number 2, just ahead of Mooney.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Lucero, we get Christian Holcomb again, of course. And then wants to know Baker, which just sounds like he is playing, or Darnold.
I'll just go Darnold. Good spot for Darnold, much safer.
Yeah, there's no risk, really. With Darnold, he'll be fine. Baker, again, even not just the injury risk, it just hasn't looked right. What's up, Benny? Benny Black is back. Up? Hampton is not. So,
no.
We got to choose from Tyler Algier or Chris Rodriguez.
Give me Tyler Algier. Like it's a good matchup for the Falcons. They should run the ball plenty. He can always score. I'll take Algier. He might get more carries than Rodriguez, honestly.
Yeah, that's true. Again, Chris Rodriguez might not be a bad choice down the stretch. This week against Denver, cannot like him.
Right.
Doug Fenton. What's up, Doug? Okay, so we got Waller, Theo, or Loveland, but he's asking rest of season.
Well, if I have to pick right now, I'd go with Waller. But, I mean, we don't even know how many games Waller's going to play. But if I had to pick right now, I'd go Waller.
Yeah, I mean, we saw what he did when he was healthy. Look, Loveland is interesting, but he's going to be more volatile, right? Just more up and down here. Waller is going to have a role. Probably he will be the number 2 target just going forward, right? It's Waddle and then Waller. All right, and then back to Maranda Natera. Found Jacoby on waivers, nice. But would you go him over BTJ or T-Mac?
Not over. If I'm going to pick a Jags wide receiver, I'm going BTJ.
Yeah, like we don't love McMillan this week. I don't know if I like Jacoby more. So, but good work. I mean, you're scouring the wire. That's what you should do, right? Go out and just see who's out there because you never know. Like Jacoby's not necessarily a league winner, but he's a guy you can plug and play in the flex and feel pretty good about. All right, and then let's see. It's the nemesis again. Igbuka or Collins?
I know Nico, not a great spot for Nico this week, but I'm not benching Nico for Igbuka.
No, God, I'd be nervous about Igbuka. Let's go Nico here. And then Blazing 540. Needs upside, down big. Okay, receiver and a flex. Jettis, Shakir, Bucky, K9, and Tracy.
Well, definitely Shakir here, and then I have K9 next highest.
I mean, you need, I don't know how much upside you need. I mean, Shakir's the receiver. I might just flex Jettis and just hope he's the solution here, right? At least Jefferson does something better. I don't think any of those running backs have big games on him. Good point. Good point. All right. Thank you, by the way. Thank you, Blue Romeo. I have not kept up with the Canes game. I'm just going to assume they're winning big. It sounds like they are winning big. Justin O'Grady now wants to know if Max Brosmer does well in his first start. Do you think there's any hope for TJ Hawkinson or Jordan Addison?
I mean, yeah, I guess if he does well in his first start, there's hope, but hope is not a winning strategy.
A big if. Big if.
Yeah, big if.
I think we definitely would need to see it first. Don't think you need to roster those guys. Put it that way. John J. Kim wants to know now Jefferson over QJ in half.
Yeah, I would still go Jefferson.
Yeah. Christian Holcomb with another. All right, didn't specify. It says Darnold or Mayfield if he plays going against JSN. Does that matter? I don't think that matters. Still go Darnold over Mayfield, right?
Yeah, Darnold over Mayfield.
Denver or Houston?
Man, Broncos get Mariota on the road.
Houston gets a beat up Daniel Jones, but that's still a good offense. I think go Denver.
Yeah, let's go Denver.
We'll play Debo if Olave's out. I think that's fine. Hate playing wide receivers against my defense. Okay, so we get this sometimes. Playing a receiver against the defense, the DST that you already have in your lineup, it shouldn't really make a difference, right?
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Always tired. 24/7. What's up, P? In half. Needs two receivers in the flex. BTJ, Jennings, McLaurin, Aaron Jones. You're welcome.
I'm going to go Aaron Jones. Oh, we two wide receivers? Oh, man.
Yeah, I guess we're only sitting one of these guys.
I'm going to sit Terry against Surtain.
There you go. And then, oh, no, okay, orange and blue. Would you go Waller over Gadsden in non-PPR?
No, I like Gadsden a lot this week.
Yeah, well, I'll just say that since you're asking here, orange, blue, this week, right, keep Gadsden. But next week, the week after, Gadsden gets tough matchups. I haven't looked too far ahead with Waller. I mean, let's see if Waller makes it through this game in one piece first. But the next couple of weeks, you might want to go Waller in non-PPR. So keep him, right? Keep him stashed because Gadsden does get a brutal couple of matchups. Raul Gomez needs two running backs, receiver, and a flex between Kyron, Rico, Gainwell, Bucky, Waddle, Mooney, QJ, Michael Wilson.
I'm going Kyron, Gainwell at running backs, Waddle at wide receiver, and I'm going to flex Rico. No, I'm going to flex Michael Wilson. Sorry. Assuming PPR. If it's non-PPR, I will flex Rico.
True. True. All right, go Raul. And then we got Gary McDonald, Vidal, or Dowdle.
Let's go Vidal with no Hampton. Good matchup against the Raiders.
Let's do it. And then back to P, who's always tired. Should I drop Tootin, Pearsall, Juwan Johnson for Waller?
I mean, if you're just, I mean,
I don't want to drop Pearsall. I'm still gonna hold out hope for him. I know.
I'm so close to dropping Pearsall, but it's like, if I have Juwan Johnson, do I need to go pick up Waller?
Right.
I don't know. I mean, are you ever going to start Pearsall? Like, is there ever a scenario where you're starting Pearsall? I mean, really? I mean, I'm dead serious. Like,
yes, in 2 weeks.
Like, I don't know who your wide receivers are. I don't remember. I should know because you ask all the time. But, like, is Pearsall ever really cracking your lineup? I mean, if he's not, I'm okay picking up Waller because it's never a bad thing to have a good tight end at this time of year because, like, Waller could legit be starting for you.
Just wait, week 15 against Tennessee. That's when you're starting Pearsall. Like, I get it. You're not starting Pearsall this week because he's done nothing and it's a horrible matchup and horrible weather, and then they get a bye. So, okay, I get it. Pearsall is pretty much worthless for the next 2 weeks. If you drop him, you could probably pick him up again in 2 weeks. So, sure. All right, Benny wants to know now, Darnold or Dart?
Darnold.
All right. And man, just like that, we are caught up. Caught up on the members in the super chats. Do a few more here. Thank you for the update. And Bob, I didn't know he went to Pitt. He went to Pitt. He's a Pitt man, Pitt Panther. Condolences on the loss. But I mean, come on. So Hurricanes won just enough to strengthen their resume to barely not make the playoffs because that's how the committee is. So you know how they are. All right. Well, this tells us we have 2 minutes left because Johnny Donuts has entered the chat. No, didn't have a donut casserole. I did eat way too many desserts though.
Donut casserole, that would have been nice.
Man, okay. Kittle with the weather or a sick and ailing Tyler Warren.
Yeah, with the sick and ailing QB against the Texans, I'll just go Kittle.
Yeah. Also needs a receiver and a flex. Debo, McLaurin, BTJ, Parker, Pollard, Vidal, Knight.
I'm going to go BTJ at receiver, Vidal at flex.
All right. Yeah, we'll see you in the morning, hopefully. Everyone be on here real quick before we get out. Absolutely. Don't forget, like and subscribe before we get out of here. It doesn't take but 1 second. Just click the buttons. Get it done. All right, let's do, how about Austin Sabres? Got Jennings at the flex. Should I play Higgins, Washington, or Tamir DK?
Didn't play Dobbs. Did Dobbs?
He scored, didn't he? Scored a touchdown?
Yeah, every Packer wide receiver scored because,
like Dontavian Wicks was like the man this week.
Dontavian Wicks.
Because
so random. I'm going Parker Washington over Jennings this week.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Deja Entendu. In a league that gets a point per 10 return yards. That's right. Parker Washington over Dowdle. Sure.
Yeah, doesn't Parker Washington get like 100 return yards a game or something?
Yeah, and the thing is, Rico, don't feel great about him anyways because of his matchup. So, yeah, you can definitely do that this week. Mr. Cross-Examiner now. RB2? Really? Blake Corum, Jordan Mason, or Chuba Hubbard?
I'll go with Jordan Mason.
Wow. All right. Blair Davis. In full, Jawan, Neal, Tracy, or Sharp at the flex?
I'm going to go Tracy here.
That sounds good. Mike Callahan, Franklin, or Rico?
If it's PPR, Franklin. If it's non, I will go Rico.
HSA something, Judkins or Neal?
Judkins.
Judkins. How about Philly Dunn Sports Cards? Got Daniel Stevenson, Vidal Tracy. Pick 2.
I'm going to go Vidal and Dowdle.
And let's see. Oh, spamming will definitely not help. Let's end with... No, we already had that one, actually. I was going to put that question. We already had it. Johnny needs another receiver. Debo, Terry, or Parker Washington?
Parker Washington.
B. Harris, Gadsden, or Hunter Henry?
Gadsden.
Yeah, I like Gadsden this week. Let's hope he comes through. Frozen Fish.
Is it a bulldog?
Is that a bully?
Nice. Love it. Start 2. Ibuka, Pittman, Shakir Dowdle.
I'm going to start the last 2.
All right. And then let's get to... Oh, we already did that one. One more. Has to be a good one. Well, I don't know if this is good. I'm going to put it anyways. DJC. McLaurin or Franklin?
Franklin.
All right. There you go. And keep in mind, guys, we'll be back tomorrow, 3 hours before kickoff. No early games, so just hang out with us, and we'll give you all the latest injury updates. That's right. Thank you, Bob. The like button, if you're not sure where it is, it's the big thumb that points up. Click it. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Absolutely free of cost for you. So thank you to all. And hold on, I'm looking for the comment from before. Thank you, Jordan. Exactly. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you, everybody, for being on here. We'll catch you tomorrow, like I said, tomorrow morning. And check out all the videos if you haven't yet. Starts it for every position, but also the boom video, the quick reaction panic video, just so you know who to worry about, who not to, and everything else. All right, guys. We'll see you in the morning.